to really effectively show the battlefield, but we'll see.
The etched.
I will. Oh, like when I decided to build this, I'm like, okay, no, I've got to do the etched. Like
Oh, straight up.
it's so good.
It's also one of
When
like the best spoiling processes they've done in a long time.
and like they don't bend. Now, granted, they've been in sleeves like the entire time I've had them, but like they don't really. I'm not worried about them like I am some cards.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. Sure. Zhang
Zhang,
Zhangyu
yeah, Zhang, yeah.
Zhangyu, I think is it. I love beer and toothy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Are they really?
Yeah, because they've only been printed in Battle Bond, and so.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. I like Peer and Toothy a lot. It was just a cool idea. Like they were
Mm-hmm.
just cool cards. Hmm. Was it the Angel
Kraven
and the
Regna,
Demon?
is that? Mm-hmm. Well, I forgot we auto host. Um, yeah, I actually have an article. That was one. That was like when I was writing. I actually have an article up on Kraven Regna.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Hi, guys. Welcome to the Great Commander Showdown. We are still in the process of getting prepared. We were running a little bit late, so stand by. Let me know if you can hear us. Let me know if you can hear the rest of the guys, because that's very important. And yeah, Isaac, the sound alerts are not working right now. I think it's something I have to make work.
Oh, and Chris, if you want to toss your commander
Yeah, I don't have a keyboard nearby.
in. Oh.
I know my mouse and keyboard are like
Set up like
way over there.
See, for me, this is like my work from home setup, except I have magic cards where my work laptop goes.
There you go. Nice.
So like my keyboard just like way off to the side and like stuff like that. But
I wish you guys could see the way my office is set up right now. It's an absolute mess trying to get this to work. Because I have, you guys can't see it, but on if you're using Streamlab, I think there's a different link. Okay, thanks, Isaac.
My office is a construction.
Yeah, that's mine's pretty rough right now. All right, I am gonna finish shuffling this. I'm gonna run and use the bathroom, and then we can get rolling. Feel free to. Oh, he said Cameron is really, really quiet.
okay, let me take a look.
That's weird because here you're the loudest
I was gonna say he's actually the loudest.
of you guys. I wonder if it's something I have to change. Hold on, let me mess with it on my end too. I haven't heard Ryan yet. Okay, so you can't hear the other
Oh,
guys.
yes.
Hello.
There, I'll crank them up. All right, I'm
Oh,
gonna
yes,
run and
I
use
am
the
Ryan.
bathroom. You guys keep talking. Be right back.
Chickadee
Talk,
check check.
talk.
What?
So Ryan, you just put together this deck, right?
Nickelodeon.
So probably like 2 months ago, 3 months ago, I started like a little bit before, or maybe right after we started talking about doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I got almost completely out of paper magic, and then after I was on and I did the set review with y'all.
Uh huh.
I was like, oh, I want to build Kazur Nukima, so I built Kazur Nukima, and then I'm like,
You're welcome.
oh, yeah, thank you. I do really genuinely appreciate that because I love that pair. And then I was like, I want to do something with Vial Smasher, so I did Vial Smasher Ishai, and then so I basically went from like pre-COVID zero paper commander decks to however what percentage you want to put us through COVID technically right now.
Oh, he said that's better. So that
3.5
that must have
standard
fixed
decks.
whatever the problem was.
Nice.
All right.
Three and a half, almost 4. with a fifth that I'm mulling over because I keep trying to make it 5 colors, and it sounds like a terrible idea.
That's a horrible.
But
5-color pair might be.
I want to do
pretty well.
like I want to do Enchantress, but instead of Enchantress, now I want to do Shrines.
Yes, do the shrines. Okay.
And you can't do Shrines if you're not going to play black. And if I'm going to play 4 colors, I may as well play 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like if you're doing
And-
shrines, I definitely think you need to do
Do all 11 of them.
do all. Yeah.
I was looking at a Sisei
So-
shrines deck, and it's
That's an option.
really good archetype.
The other thing I was considering was actually just Golos. Because then just like every turn you just like Golos ability to
I've
flip
been
in more enchantments.
Brewing, since like pre-COVID, I've been brewing Muldrotha Enchantress,
Oh, there you go.
and Ryan, I'm kind of in
Okay.
like that same boat, where it's like shrines would be really cool in this deck, but I'm only 3 colors.
Right.
And
Okay.
like at the very least, you're gonna get the black ones, which I feel like, at least in like, what is it, something Stonefangs or whatever, like is hugely necessary.
Yeah. Sanctum of All is like the spice, so it sucks not having 5 colors. For
So the
that.
card's insane.
Okay, Isaac, how's the stream look? How's the stream sound? Am I too loud? Should I turn myself down before we get rolling here? Because I'd like to get everything crisp and clean before we get rolling. That way we can export this to YouTube and it looks very good. Also, how's the side camera
100%
setup?
just muted everybody
Love that.
on my end. I was
Hurtful.
like, what happened to the audio?
That's really funny.
So I'm sorry if I just talked over someone.
No, you're
I
good.
was trying to figure out what was.
No,
going on.
you're fine.
It was like in the middle of like it was just like a very abrupt end after Ryan was talking about the shrines, and then I just like started talking because I couldn't hear anybody else.
That's really funny.
You actually spaced the Muldrotha stuff like
Everyone else sounds good.
around-
Okay.
Around what else we were talking about.
Whenever you guys are ready, we can get rolling into the start here. So we are doing a 2-headed giant stream today. What did we? I was thinking 60 life for the pair, or do we
Yeah,
want to do keep it at
Is that
40
normal?
and then you win if the other team's knocked out? Do we want to do 2v2 or 2-headed giant? I guess is what I'm asking.
I think we should.
Oh,
do
that's an
two-headed
interesting
giant.
question.
Two-headed
Yeah.
giant.
Okay.
Two-headed giant 60, I think, is more interesting. If chat notices my camera being weird, I'm casually stacking more things under it, raising it higher and higher as I go.
Love that.
So you may notice some adjustments.
So everybody set your
Drastically more dangerous stack of things.
life total to 60, and we'll try to track it simultaneously. And then whenever you guys are ready, we can get rolling. Let's get first hands figured out before we do anything else. Actually,
Touche.
it is
Yeah,
like
indeed,
1,000 degrees in this office. I have no AC in here, and
Ugh.
with my computer running, it's like wicked hot. This is
Oh, my
keepable,
computer
but
doesn't
maybe
produce that much
not
heat, that's not true.
a good hand. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it. Why not?
Yeah, I'm kind of in that same boat where it's like, with our rules of
Oh.
mulligans, I would mulligan this hand, but in a real game, I would keep this.
Same.
I am really disconcerted with this. Like, if I hit one more land, it's fine.
That's how mine is.
That's fine.
mine's like
That's fine. I'll keep it.
2 lands. I'm gonna go crank on the AC in the rest of my house so I don't die, and then we'll get rolling.
Okay, by his laughing, Chris is sitting on 6 lands.
All
I'm
ramp.
keeping it though. I'm keeping it.
He is legit on 6 lands based on his reaction. We're all over here on 2, and Chris just like starts laughing and like snaps 6 lands. I know that sound. That man is on a 6 lander
So,
with a
Y'all are
3
gonna
drop.
love this.
Six lands and a 3 drop. That's probably a ramp spell that only helps him.
But I'll say,
Hard
I was
set.
considering for this playing Perforos.
Oh my god.
So that way,
Oh, man.
Halar and I, we were just going to be the burn bros.
That seems perfectly not terrible for the
Yeah.
other 2 of us. Yeah.
It seemed a little too mean. And so,
So we have Halar and Edgar. Check that out. Wait, 2 Eminence commanders on the same week? Love that.
and that was kind of one of the decisions for me to go Edgar. Was like, you're playing Eminence, I'll play Eminence.
Which is clearly a broken ability.
which somehow works in the command zone.
Yeah, love that.
I don't know that I had read Edgar before.
He's spicy. Can I click on?
Yeah.
Let me see if the card reader's working for me today. It may not be.
I wish Cameron had a Yuriko deck.
Yeah, I would have snap played. Chris and I were like discussing like, because I kind of like gave Chris like, since he had like settled pretty early on wanting to play Halar.
Sure.
I was like, okay, here's the ones I have and like that I'm like considering playing.
Yeah.
And ended up landing on Edgar.
Dude, he's spicy. He's a spicy commander.
We had a similar discussion because I think Jared had kind of narrowed it down to 2.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like, whichever of my 3 is fine. And I think this makes the most sense for what he picked.
Mm-hmm.
If we were playing in paper, I would have snap played Atraxa. But like,
heck yeah.
I don't want to. Disappointed you didn't actually.
I don't want to bring that to webcam.
Sure.
Like, there's just so many, like, it's just so much to track with keeping track of ultimates, and like, I just don't want to have to read through.
It is a lot
and, like,
of moving
slow down
parts.
yeah. Like, I don't want to like slow down the game when y'all are like, okay, which planeswalker should I attack?
Mm-hmm.
I do appreciate that you two are on the same playmat.
Did I specifically grab this playmat because I was pretty confident Chris would use that other one because it's the one that he always uses? Yes. Yes, I did.
I like it.
I was gonna have the whole Anala setup because I have the playmat for her, but I cannot find it right now, which sucks. Okay, so how do we want to do this? Who do we want to go first? Should we just go in the order that we have it, or do you guys want to go first? Is there a preference?
You can always just roll off for it. I don't really care.
Okay, so this thing we used to do when I was in high school is you cut to a card in the middle of your deck and highest converted mana cost goes first.
Oh, I like that.
I say we do that as a combo.
Okay.
Okay.
So like me and Jared's highest like
pair,
whatever we get.
Highest pair.
Yeah, highest pair. Land to 0.
Okay.
All right, so 1, 2, 3, flip. I got a 4.
I got a land.
3.
I got a 2.
So it's
Okay, so
y'all.
Jared and I have 6, so we go first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, Chris, I let you down.
I don't like where that Hydra's growth is. I'd like that a little sooner.
Right.
I'd like that to be much deeper in your deck if possible,
For real.
actually.
All right, let's go ahead and get started. Thank you for joining us. This is the Great Commander Showdown, hosted by the Infinity Bros podcast, the only podcast that is perfectly balanced as all things should be. My name is Jarrett. You may know me on the internet as the Infinity Bear. I am one of the 4 hosts of this thing, and so we're going to go ahead and introduce ourselves, and then we'll get rolling today. How about we start with my partner? Go ahead, Fives.
Hi, that's me. I'm Ryan. I'm on the internet. I'm either as Fives or I guess the City on the Hill Gaming. I'm the I don't know what I technically am in City on the Hill. I run City on the Hill Gaming. We're a Dungeons and Dragons family-friendly podcast. I also run the daily Nerd Devo for the Nerd of Godcast.
Which is fantastic. All right, rolling
And,
below you on our turn order. Cameron, if you would go ahead so kindly.
I'm Cameron, known online as Hugh Marwittel. I am one of the hosts of First Geek 411. You can find Monday nights at 6:45 Mountain Time on twitch.tv/OneGeek411.
That's too many vampire tokens.
Mm-hmm. I'm playing Edgar Markov vampires.
Gross.
So,
I have a lot of concerns.
Gross. Okay, Chris, go ahead.
And I'm also a co-host for First Geek 411, as you can tell by their matching setups. And I am playing Halar the Fire Fletcher, because this is the ultimate two-headed giant commander.
That is such a sweet card. I will say too, like, this was not intentional that the teams broke down the way they did. It is actually it was voted on, and it just happened to be that the One Geek 411 guys are versus Ryan and I. So I actually kind of like the way that worked out. That's pretty spicy. All right. Oh, sorry.
Before we get into it,
yes,
like you mentioned at the beginning, Jarrett, that Ryan is your partner. Do you want to explain?
Yes, thank you for. Yes, I would have just rolled right through had I not.
Yeah,
had you
and
not
then we should also probably like read our commander.
Sure. So Two-Headed Giant is what we're playing today. We decided to do a quick break from what we'd been rolling with. We had 2 games in with our decks that we brewed specifically for the Great Commander Showdown, and we thought we'd do something a little more fun today. So the way Two-Headed Giant normally works is it's normally a 60-card format or a draft environment in which 2 players pair off against 2 other players, shared life totals, shared turn order, shared everything. When you cast abilities that target either an enemy or an opponent, it is the singular enemy and opponent across the table from you. It's not your partner. You can't target them with an opponent card. but we converted this into EDH, so it's 60 life total for the teams, and then everything else should be the same. Commander rules and Two-Headed Giant combined together. And then, yeah, we'll go ahead and describe what our commanders do. I'll start with mine. I have Anala, the Archmage Ritualist. She has an ability that says Eminence. Whenever another non-token wizard enters the battlefield under your control, if Anala, the Archmage Ritualist, is in the command zone or on the battlefield, you may pay 1. You create a token copy. They disappear at the end of turn. I'm not going to read it word for word. If she's out on the battlefield, I can tap... tap 5 untapped wizards I control and ping you guys for 7.
Oof.
Very big oof. All right, go ahead, Ryan.
Okay, so I am playing the partner commanders of Vile Smasher the Fierce and Ishai Ojutype Dragon Speaker. So Vile Smasher is a Rakdos 2/3 legendary creature, Goblin Berserker. When you cast your first spell each turn, choose an opponent at random. So you guys.
So us, yeah.
Yeah.
Vile Smasher the Fierce deals damage equal to that spell's converted mana cost, or what is it now, mana value?
Mana value is the new terminology.
Cost to that player or a planeswalker that player controls, and then Vile Smasher has partners, so you can combine it with another commander. And I'm using Ishai Ojutai Dragon Speaker, which is a 4-mana 1/1 flyer. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, put a +1/+1 counter on Ishai Ojutai Dragon Speaker. So just kind of spell times.
It's a lot like.
Sorry,
go ahead.
I just wanted to play Vile Smasher.
Absolutely.
I've just always wanted to play Vile Smasher in something. So this is what I ended up with.
All right, go ahead, Cameron.
So I'm playing Edgar Markov, 3 then Mardu, for a Vampire Knight with Imminence. So whenever I cast another vampire spell, if Edgar's in the command zone on the battlefield, I get a 1/1 vampire. And so I'm going to cast vampires to get vampires and get more vampires and more vampires. That's kind of the goal. And then Edgar himself is a first striking haste 4/4, and when he attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on each vampire I control.
I have so many concerns.
So
It's a powerful card.
I would say this is not like the most tuned Edgar deck.
Sure.
Because the tuned versions, you basically only want to play 1 through 3 drop vampires, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's too many fun high CMC vampires, so I'm playing it can be fast, but I am playing a slower version of the deck so I can play those higher CMC vampires.
Makes sense.
Mana value, sorry. I apologize.
I'm never going to stick to that.
Go ahead, Chris. Yeah, it's still CMC for me.
And as I mentioned, I'm playing Halara the Fire Fletcher. He is a 3/3 elf archer with trample, but he also has the ability whenever I cast a kicker spell, whenever I cast a spell, if that spell was kicked, put a +1/+1 counter on Halar. When Halar deals damage equal to the number of 1/1 counters on it to each opponent. So this is big damage if you let me resolve, or if he stays on the field.
Love that.
Yeah, so it's a fun note for Halar that since it is each opponent, you are technically still 2 players, 2
Correct.
opponents, so it gets to ping both of you.
Okay.
And so this is one of the reasons that like Perforos was on my list of decks to bring, because it's the same text for 2 damage for creatures. And so
but mine Vile Smasher is choose an opponent.
yeah,
Right.
So it's only going to deal. Okay, but I mean, it's still 1 shared life total, so that's still
right.
60 is still less than 40.
Yeah.
40 twice, I guess.
Yeah. Shall we?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Life total there? Yeah, let's go.
So no untap.
So draw.
Yep, draw. And then we'll do our first turn.
That helps tremendously. Okay.
Drew that land.
I feel not a land, but pretty close.
Oh,
Land's all right.
I will play a Go Gate tapped.
I'll play a Vivid Marsh tapped. And pass turn.
All right.
We'll
We'll
draw.
draw.
Yeah, I guess we don't have to spacebar through our turns anymore. That is nice.
It is
Yeah.
really super nice. Hold on, let me do this. That shows
I'm
up a
gonna
little
play
better.
a forest.
Scary.
I'm gonna pay 1,
No way. Soul
I'm
Ring.
hyped.
and I'm gonna play burgeoning.
Oh my
What's
gosh.
Burgeoning do?
Yeah, you're gonna have to. This is
Burgeoning.
bad.
Whenever an opponent plays a land, I may put a land card from my hand onto the battlefield.
And
Chris,
you
I
kept
love
like
you so
6
much.
lands. Oh, this is so bad.
So yeah, you kept 6 lands burgeoning. I'm gonna play a Temple of Silence and Scry 1.
Gross. That's
I'm gonna put that on
I'm
the
so
bottom.
How much
Go
is
ahead.
burgeoning now? That's a pretty expensive card.
Is
All
it?
right.
I have no idea.
Untap,
Okay,
upkeep,
Jared.
draw.
I'll look it up as
Jared, I
y'all
think
go.
we just scoop now, right?
Yeah, that's game. See you, boys.
Game 2. Okay, I'm gonna play land. Go ahead,
I'll
Chris.
play a mountain.
Let's go. How do we want to do this? Let's go island.
I'll play a Rogue's Passage.
Yeah, this is bad.
Gross.
Yes.
I'm gonna pay 2, and I'm gonna play a Talisman of Conviction. It's the Boros Talisman.
Stony Brook Branneret for me.
Ooh.
This makes my wizard and merfolk spells cost 1 less to play, and it's a 1/1 with Island Walk.
Love it.
And we'll pass turn. Right?
Yeah, go for it.
I mean, I'm taking it.
I'm not playing any more lands.
Untap, upkeep, and draw.
Jeez, turn 1 burgeoning is like...
That's so rough, dude.
That's the dream. I think I would take that over, especially if you have a grip full of cards, I would take that over Soul Ring.
I'm gonna play a mountain.
I'll play an Exotic Orchard.
Then I'm gonna cast Orzhov's Signet.
Love that.
I'm gonna pay 1
Okay.
for the Ozolith.
Jeez Louise.
Dude,
I think now we scoop.
Whenever a
game.
creature I control leaves the battlefield, if it had counters on it, put those on Ozolith at the beginning of combat on my turn. If the Ozolith has counters on it, I may move those counters onto target creature.
That
So
hurts.
exotic can't ever make green, correct?
Correct.
Correct, yeah.
In this game, it can make anything else technically, but it can't make green.
I don't think...
Because, yeah,
can
you
I
guys
tell you a
aren't
secret?
running
I don't think he's hurting for green mana right now.
I think he'll be okay.
I'm the pay 3 and I'll cast Halar.
Yeah, there's a lot. Okay.
Turn 2 Halar. Love that. And a Nozolith.
and an Ozolith. I want to just say, there's no way we're going 4 hours this week.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
absolutely not.
this is not going to go that long.
We may not. We may not make it 40 minutes, guys.
We may get in more than one game.
Yeah, that would be nice, actually. All right, you guys good?
Yep.
Okay. Untap, upkeep, draw.
I mean, Chris didn't do enough, so I really wish he would help
Right.
the team out more.
How's
Yeah,
your
Chris
how's your
was
back
I
feel?
feel like
man.
I feel like I'm carrying the whole weight of the team.
Jeez Louise.
I can see where you would feel that way. That makes sense.
Okay.
I'm gonna pay 3.
The problem is I don't have like anything to like start triggering anything currently.
Playing a. I'm bringing out a swamp.
Okay,
Also,
yeah, go
this is
ahead,
the
put another
swamp?
land into play.
Reliquary Tower.
Yep, there it is.
Gross. It's so gross.
I played a Cultivator's Caravan. I'm good.
I'm gonna play. Okay, I'm gonna tap 2 to play a Trophy Mage,
Nice.
and then I'm gonna tap 1 to use my Eminence ability and make a token copy of it. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just do that while you guys are taking your turn, if that's okay.
Sure. So you'll get
I'll get 2 converted mana or 2 artifacts with 3 mana value CMC, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna swing in at Cameron. Yeah.
yeah. So he'll be able to block it.
Oh, I see.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Solar's at 3/3.
Okay.
I'll swing my 2/2. It dies. And pass turn.
Go to us. Draw.
Draw. Oh my goodness.
Another land.
Homeward path.
I'll play a swamp.
No, it's actually just a second copy of Burgeoning for some reason.
There you go.
Wait a second. That's not
Hold
how this
on.
works.
We win by disqualification. Yay!
I'm gonna spend 3 mana for a Vampire Nighthawk,
Oh, jeez.
Jeez.
and then I'll
Nice.
trigger Imminence,
Right.
and technically I get the Vampire before I get the Nighthawk.
Because that's a
but
cast trigger.
That doesn't matter here.
I'm just gonna do this because I want to shuffle my deck now. We'll pay. We're gonna go on an adventure.
Love that.
Very nice.
Okay, do I
Chris,
do
what's that
the
Fertile
land? next to-
Footsteps.
Oh, it is Homework. Okay.
what should I do here? Should I go for the fun move or the smart move, Ryan?
I mean, you get to get 2 things, so can you do one of each?
No.
Okay, it's gonna be one or the other.
Yeah.
You know what? I feel like we need some help right now. Let's go smart move.
Okay. My first
Turtle
thing that I
just
pulled.
goes onto
Nice.
the battlefield. I like that.
The first thing that I pulled was a Ashnod's Altar. The second thing that I'm gonna pull is a Darksteel Ingot.
Okay.
Those are my smart moves. The fun move, hopefully, you'll see in a little bit.
We're getting mana without having to play lands.
Yeah, that's the plan.
I'm gonna get a.
completely countering Chris's deck. It's perfect.
I'm gonna cast the Skull Clamp.
Oof. Jeez Louise, these are powerful decks,
Good
guys.
for anybody.
Yeah, Skull Clamp is so good in this. This looks like fun over smart. Yeah, I think if we didn't have to deal with a burgeoning on the board here, I would probably go for fun over smart. But we have a burgeoning, and Ozolith, and Halar going nuts. Not to mention, like, we're paying so much attention to what Chris is doing right now that Cameron's actually got a pretty good board state with his tokens and being able to Skull Clamp. All right, these go into my hand. All right, is that good? Or are you guys gonna attack?
I can't attack, but Chris still has untapped mana.
But they've got 3 power on the board.
Right, but you have like got any spells to cast?
I mean, technically, yes.
They're perhaps not cycling.
This is a spell
They're
you
not
save for later.
Okay. I'm done if Chris is done.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, go ahead and untap.
Untap these.
Keep draw.
Shuffle.
Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna put a Prairie Stream into play tapped. Chris.
No, it's not a land in my hand.
Oh, okay. Yay!
I got through them all. I got through the entire hand pretty much.
7 mana on turn 3.
Can I?
We outlasted Burgeoning. I'm gonna call that a victory.
This is where things start to hurt because I'm hurting on lands right now. Let's go ahead and we're gonna go blue, black, remove one of these charges for red, and I am going to Crossa's Charm, your Halar. Or wait, what's scarier to us, Halar or Ozolith?
I would prefer you dealt with I would say deal with Ozolith because I was going to deal with Halar myself.
Okay, Ozolith, you're gone. You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
And then I'm going to play.
I'm going to pay.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. I will Nihiri's Binding Halar.
Which does?
Enchant creature planeswalker. It can't attack or block, and activated abilities, which doesn't matter for Halar, can't be activated.
Okay.
Yeah, but it can attack or block.
Okay.
I don't know why Nahiri's Binding turned into Ivory Cup. Okay, you get a burgeoning trigger because I played a Dimir Aqueduct.
I think we outlasted all the lands.
Oh, did we? Okay, good. Woof.
I've got 7 now here though.
It's a hollow victory.
Right.
Like,
It means nothing, but it feels good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we go ahead and pass, I guess.
Pass it is.
Okay.
Draw.
That's not good. That's not a good sound. It was, but it wasn't a good sound.
I'm gonna go ahead and pay my 7.
Jeez Louise.
Beanstalk Giant.
Love that.
Oh, okay. That's fine. I can live
He's
with
a
that.
7/7 currently.
Okay. Jarrett, how big are your creatures? It's a 1/1 and a 2/2.
Yep,
right?
correct.
Okay. I'm gonna Skull Clamp my vampire.
Mhm.
Oh no.
Oh no, he
killed it.
died. Now you get a draw.
That's so sad. Oh no.
Oh, where did it
Also,
go?
Voroth,
Oh.
thank you for joining us in chat. You're 100% correct. I should have done the fun play, but
Okay. And then I hope you're ready for this because I'm gonna do an off-color fetch.
please.
Oh, how dare you, sir.
And so I'm sorry, Chris, but we're gonna take 3.
Okay.
You'll love to see it.
So I'm gonna do that, and then
That
I'm gonna
means we're
cast
winning, right,
Outpost.
Yeah, that
I'm
means
gonna
we're
cast
winning.
Outpost Siege.
That means we're winning. Okay, perfect.
We were worried, but
And I'm
now
gonna
it's
choose-
yeah.
Now
I'm
we're
gonna
fine.
choose
We're winning.
cons. feel like the glare is really weird today.
So at the beginning of your upkeep, exile top card of your library until end of turn. You may play that card. Impulse draw.
Ah, love it.
That's not Taoist Mystic.
Can I ask what lands do you guys have out currently?
I have a forest,
Okay.
a mountain,
Okay.
Rogue's Passage,
Okay.
Exotic Orchard.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I have 2 forests. Reliquary Tower and Homeward Path.
Okay.
And I have Temple of Silence, Swamp Mountain, Sacred Foundry.
Sounds good. I really need blue mana.
Chris, should I attack with Nighthawk, or do you want me to hold it back on D?
I mean, we got a 7/7 on D.
Okay, so then we'll go to combat, and I will attack y'all for 2.
How dare you?
I'm hurt desperately. We go to 58.
Yep.
And we'll go up to 59.
Okay, and we're losing again.
Oh, how the tables have turned.
How the turntables have turned.
It's all coming back to you now.
And then I'm done. I'm going to just shuffle up and...
I desperately need mana, so I may spend this turn ramping.
Untap these? Okay. I'm okay with that. I've got some
Draw.
options. Oh, hello, friend. Okay.
I'm going to move my...
Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to play Celindi Isle instead of Celindi Vision.
Okay.
The land into play tapped. Chris, if you have anything in hand, go nuts.
Same. There you go.
Burgeoning.
It's done its job.
It has. Yeah. Accurate. Jared, is it okay if we pay 1 life or something?
Absolutely.
I like how you ask.
Right?
I just tell Chris we're losing life.
Thank Chris for taking Dick.
I mean, you're playing the primary colors where life is a resource.
Yeah.
Right.
Reasonable.
It's like,
I'm going to put Vile Smasher into play.
Nice. Love that.
We go to 57.
I'm going to play Darksteel Ingot. Celindi Isle or Celindion. Yeah, agreed. I'm going to tap Darksteel Ingot for
That's
red.
an altar I didn't know I ever wanted.
And I'm going to tap my island for Smash to Smithereens. And I'm going to blow up your... what is the word for that? What's the thing that you... Skull Clamp. I was like, you clamp it on and you draw cards.
Oh.
That deals 3 damage to you guys.
Okay.
And then none of
You're at
you
56.
have islands, which sucks. I will, if it's cool with...
Well, wait. Do they have to have islands, or can I have an island?
I was going to do Island Walk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Disappointed.
Before
Because, like, I have an
Gira?
island.
Before Gira? Thank you for joining us. Sorry, I horribly butchered your
Bagheera.
Where?
Bagheera.
Oh, Bagheera. Oh, it's like an A.
Ah, that makes sense.
The
yeah,
leaf
that's
speak.
why it's doing that. Okay.
Yeah, pass turn.
Untap. Upkeep. I'm going to exile a card to Outpost Siege. It's Falcon Wrath Noble.
Love
Oh,
that.
that's not good.
And then I'll draw for turn.
I'm going to pay 3 for Commander Sphere.
How do you spell Falconwrath Noble?
Falkenrath.
Falconwrath Noble. There we go.
Then I'll pay 3 for the first Iroan game.
Yeah.
It is going absolutely great, Bagheera, but not for us. Not for me.
Can you read
Those
the
seem like actual
chapters of the first Iroan games for us,
Yeah.
Chris?
So the first chapter, I create a 1/1 white human soldier token, creature token.
Love that.
Hello, friend.
And chapter 2, put 3 1/1 counters on target creature I control.
Get buff.
Part 3,
Love it.
if I control a creature power 4 or greater, draw 2 cards. And chapter 4, I create a gold token.
I really like how the art plays out on that.
Yeah.
Like it fits the chapters really nicely.
Have you seen
Yeah.
Have you seen any of the sagas from? I pulled a bunch of them on stream, but did you see the sagas from Kaldheim?
Mm-hmm.
They're that's like my favorite art so far. Is the sagas that they put
They're
out there?
really nice. The one from what's the Boros one? The rare that like draws a card, like that draws
Oh,
like
the Tyrite.
Showdown of the Skulls.
yeah, yeah. The Scald thing, yeah. That
Oh, yeah,
art is
you're right.
really nice, and I really like that border.
Anyone
Chris.
generating red over there?
Not for my lands.
With a not from lands, no.
Darn it.
Victory.
Chris, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Do we think Jarrett is playing the Infinite Anala combo?
Surely
I
not.
don't.
I can't imagine why he would do something like that.
If I knew more about Nala, I'd know what you're talking about, but
I also don't know, so that's fine.
Anala has a 1-card infinite combo where they will get to take infinite turns.
Oh, I'm okay with that. That seems fine.
I have no idea.
I have zero objections.
I think we're gonna just have to hope they aren't, or that it's not gonna like drop and kill us like right now. So I'm gonna pay 2 for Arachnos Signet, and then I'm gonna pay 4 for Falconwrath Noble.
Oof. Another
And
token.
I'll get another token, and then I'm gonna play Orzhov Basilica and bounce a swamp to my hand.
I really like the bounce lands for like budget dual land inclusions.
For sure. For sure.
I have to see. I think I bumped my camera, and I don't think it's pointed at me anymore. Oh no, it is. Okay.
I'm ready for combat. Chris, are
Okay.
you ready for combat?
What are you thinking for combat? Should I go in with the beanstalk?
I'm kind of in the like we should go aggro plan.
Okay.
So like
Combat.
I'll attack. Yeah, I'll
Had-
attack with Hawk and
How does Vial Smasher read? Do you have to cast it, or do they? Is it whenever anyone casts a spell?
Whenever I cast my first.
Makes sense. That makes sense. Okay.
okay. So how big is Beanstalk?
7/7.
Then you have a 2/3 flying lifelink death touch coming at y'all as well.
Do we want to take 7 or not take 7, Jared?
I can chump block, if need be.
Okay, if you're okay chump blocking,
Absolutely.
I'll hold off.
Okay, I will chump
So
block.
we take
So
2.
y'all take 2 in the air and we'll gain 2 life.
Oofed. That lifelink is gonna be annoying.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go ahead.
But in true
Or at least
black
I'm done.
fashion,
Yeah, I'm done.
in true black fashion, what is life but if not resource persisting, right?
Accurate. Draw a card. Oh, hello. That seems okay.
What do I want to do here? What's our biggest threat on the board right now?
I don't. So I was gonna ask about you. Haven't played Anal yet, right?
No, correct. I'm not.
Are you at all attached to the banneret?
It helps me for ramp, but if I need to sacrifice it, I
guess,
can.
are we in a position where I need to wipe the board? I guess is my question. I have a couple of paths I can go down, and if that needs to be the path for this turn, that's fine. If not, I have alternatives.
Let me do something, and then you can wipe the board. How about that?
Like in a turn or two, or later this turn.
Later this turn if you want, or you can wait a turn and see what happens. Is it an instant speed board wipe? I assume not.
It is not.
Okay. Yeah. Let me do something this turn, and then we can board wipe if you would like.
That's fine.
Okay. I am going to pay red, black, and 1 extra to get the token copy. I'm going to play Anathemancer.
What is that?
Anathemancer is my favorite
I
wizard.
don't know this one.
It says when Anathemancer comes into play, it deals damage to target player equal to the number of non-basic lands they control.
Nice.
So I play that with a
Love
token copy, and both of them are going to be targeting Chris.
Okay.
So you take double the amount of non-basics you control.
So 8.
Correct.
Okay, so that puts us down to 50.
And then,
Okay.
with my 2 remaining mana from these, I'm going to play Sundial of the Infinite, which is a fun little card that ends my turn, and I will pass. Unless, sorry, go ahead, Cameron. Or Chris, or Ryan. Whatever you have to do, go
We got
ahead.
there. We got there. We got
Yeah.
there.
We got it eventually. Okay. Oh, it ends your turn by choice. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
That would be horrible if they printed a card that I could end anyone's turn on a whim.
They did.
Oh, usually it's like, oops. Yeah, no, that's a thing, isn't it? Isn't there an instant that does
There's
that?
there's a red instant that does it, but you lose if you lose at the end of your next.
Oh,
turn.
I see.
Well, there's
Okay.
also doesn't
Chance for glory, right?
Yeah, or something
doesn't
like that.
discontinuity
That's right.
do the same thing?
Yeah, discontinuity, but you don't lose the game.
Right. Yeah, discontinuity just ends it,
Yeah.
or just ends a turn. I think it's time to go ahead and do this, even though I'm going to lose Vial Smasher. I am going to Terminus.
Wow.
Wow.
So you guys take 6 from Vial Smasher,
Okay.
Okay.
So we're down to 44.
and you put all creatures on the bottom of their owners' libraries. But if I'm not mistaken, commanders can go back to the command zone.
Correct.
The only
I'm
thing that
gonna
sucks about those is I was gonna reanimate my Anathemander down the line,
Oh, yeah.
if possible.
That
But
is the only downside to Terminus.
not. the
Okay,
end
so
of
I
the
need to
world.
ask a question just out of a lack of experience.
Sure.
Um,
Shoot.
when when the cost of recasting your commander increases, it only increases for one of the two partners, or is it for both of them?
Correct. You track them separately.
Separately. Yeah.
Okay, I do track them separately. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
It's per command.
So Vial Smasher is 2 more. Ishai is just the normal 4 she starts at.
Correct.
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 Gotcha.
And your Nahiri's in the graveyard. Your Nahiri's.
Oh, because it's Nora. That's true.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm good. Yep, we're good.
Tap upkeep.
Draw.
Outpost siege. It is a wooded foothills. I'll draw for turn.
I will be
I'll
right
play
back.
a mountain.
Yeah.
for
All
turn.
good.
And lore counter goes up. No target because nothing to put counters on.
You play that. Okay, I will play this wooded foothills.
How we doing, chat? You guys hanging in there? You
realized
guys
I
having
had-
fun?
I had no commander tax counters.
It thinks your first Iroan games is an Uthden Troll, which is a
Same thing.
a 2 and a
Maybe
red
got it.
for a 2/2 troll that has red regenerates. Not regenerate this
Wait,
creature.
it's a red
Red regenerates. Yeah.
Red. Green. And 2.
Oh, I forgot about Cat Attack. I love Cat Attack.
Heck yeah, dude. I think I can
And
make
I
a
will
dance.
recast Halar.
No.
This is the nice thing about an Eminence commander is like I never have to worry about commander attacks. Things
Yeah,
are not
basically,
going
if
well
you
if
just
she hits
never-
the battlefield.
If you never play a Nala, it's like fine.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna get a mountain with my wooded foothills.
And if I do, it's just spice. It's just extra spice.
Value. So I was going through this deck last night. Daniel from Sitting on a Hill and I were playing
Yeah.
Time Spiral Remastered Sealed
Ooh, all right.
on Zoom. We played a couple games, and then he and I were going through this deck, and I realized this deck, until about 12 hours ago, did not have a Soul Ring in it for some reason.
Love that.
So I made a couple of changes from things I got from Time Spiral, and then added a Soul Ring, because I'm like, wait a minute.
That's a
Hold on.
after getting into the packs that I did for Call Time, I really want to start cracking some more packs, and that's I think next on the list. It just sucks that it's so expensive to buy a box.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna cast Blind Obedience.
It depends on where you can find them. Oh, jeez, I hate Blind.
That's so
I
good
love
for you
that
guys.
Card, but
That's
that means
so
I
good
hate
for you
that
guys.
card right now. Oh, jeez, man, Blind Obedience.
I'm sorry, Jarrett.
Yeah.
Hugely underrated card.
Then I'll play a swamp.
I'm gonna go ahead and sack Commander Sphere and draw a card.
Sure thing. A swamp.
It's controlling it. Oh, I'm so upset. Okay, I mean the art of the creatures part doesn't bother me that much, but
I'm gonna cast Vanquisher's Banner,
Ooh.
oof.
and
Oof,
then
On
I'm going
Wizards,
to
right?
pay One.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah. I'm gonna choose Homunculi.
A tog.
A Tog would also be fine.
And so then I will extort. And so whenever you cast a spell, you may pay white or black. If you do, each opponent
So we
loses
lose
one
2.
life, and you gain that much life. So y'all lose 2, we
Unfortunate.
gain 2.
Mm-hmm.
That lucky wording there.
Yeah.
And then I'm good, Chris. It's all up to you if there's anything else.
That's all I can do.
How many creatures do you guys have? One each?
I have 0.
You have 0. Chris has 1.
Yes, I have Halar.
Okay.
How many non-basics do you guys have?
That's a
1,
hurtful
2,
question. 3.
3. Okay.
He's gonna like what's the thing that plays in mono red and legacy?
Price of progress.
Yeah, he's just gonna like price of progress.
please.
I'm gonna be upset. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait.
He is gonna price of progress.
Don't say.
No.
Woof.
Okay, I'm gonna take a shot on this one, Jarrett.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry if I overstep our bounds. We're gonna pay 1 again because I like doing that. It's interesting. I'm gonna play a Court of Ire.
Oh, I didn't realize we were under our turn. Nice. Okay, yeah, Court of Ire.
So we go to 52.
Y'all are the monarch.
We are the monarch.
I would assume
Technically I'm the monarch.
Yeah, I would assume one of you is the monarch, not both.
My understanding is technically I am the monarch. And then it does things at the beginning of our upkeep. And then at the end of the turn, I think if we're still the monarch, I draw a card.
Correct.
Is there anything that's scaring us too much right now? Is there anything we need to get rid of?
He
The
currently
first
doesn't
Iroan
have any.
games.
I mean, you don't get any value off of first Iroan games next turn currently, so I don't hate it.
My worries are
Also, first
blind
Iroan
obedience.
games, handy dandy clone machine.
Yeah,
I don't even know what a gold token does. Is that the?
it's a treasure
It's
token.
tap
the
for a
mana.
mana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
mana. Okay. Sack for a mana. Okay.
It's the King Makar Theros thing. I mean,
Otherwise, I'm
The
going to
only
draw
creature on the board
cards and
is-
gain life.
I think that's fine. The only creature they have is Halar right now.
Okay. So we're going to tap black and 3, +1 for Anala's ability, and we're going to play a Disciple of Bolas.
Which enters the battlefield tapped.
Cloning. Oh, yeah.
Blind obedience.
Good point. Okay.
Oh, and technically, oh no, Court of Ire is an enchantment. We're good.
Disciple.
I assumed a court was a physical thing.
Love that.
How foolish of me.
Oh yeah, no, it's an enchantment. These cards, by the way, like the courts are kind of busted.
The courts are really good.
Like
I like them a lot.
They seem very sweet. They seem situational. Like the mill one, I don't know where you really want to play it, but the cards they're very cool.
Okay. When Disciple of Bolas enters, I can sack another creature to gain X life and draw X powers gain X life and draw X cards where X is that creature's power. I'm going to sacrifice the token copy.
Well,
to-
which one? Because
Wait.
you can't. Because the token comes in afterwards.
Right, but that's still on the stack, correct?
No. Oh yeah, you could. Yeah, you could
Can you
order.
stack
yeah,
it?
yeah.
Where
Yep. I'm going to
you
resolve
order
the Anala trigger first and then Disciple of Bolas.
Oh, and then the disciple.
Yeah.
Right.
and then
So
it-
then I draw 2 and we gain 2 life.
Yay! So we go
And
to
then-
54 now.
Correct. And then that's
Love
all
it.
I can do this turn.
Here for it.
I'm
So I guess we
hurting
pass
so
the turn
bad
now?
on mana. Yeah.
Okay, so end of the turn, I will draw a card off of Monarch.
Love that.
Oh, big friend. Okay, I'm excited.
I'm glad somebody
I'm
is.
much
I'm,
happier now.
I'm hurting a little bit.
Yeah.
So, Outpost Siege. There's a Soul Ring, and then I'll draw.
and draw. Oh, this goes to the 3. I don't have a creature for a power greater. You'll suck.
Yes.
Love that.
Victory.
But Chris, you can get the Monarch this turn.
I can.
So,
First main though. 1, 2, 3, 2 green. We're gonna cast Verger's Gearhulk.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
The 4 will go on Halar.
It thinks it's a unstable island.
I mean, that's never
mean-
a bad thing. Unstable islands are good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast Soul Ring and Extort.
Oof. Okay. So we lose 2. You guys gain 2.
Yes. So we're up to
Okay.
47.
We go to 52.
I have never seen Halar on the as a commander. I've seen her in Dominaria draft, and I think that was it. Very cool commander. That and Verazal, the Simic one, are like ones that I've wanted to build around for a while.
Yeah, when I saw Halar for an uncommon legendary creature, I was like, I want it.
Very
I
cool.
It's
got
kind
it.
of ridiculously
They've
strong.
done really good with their uncommons recently.
I think Dominaria was like the set that kicked all that off.
Yeah, for sure.
They had so many legendaries.
I'm gonna cast Bishop of Rebirth, and I have 2 triggers. So I have an Edgar Markov and a Vanquisher's Banner trigger.
And what is Bishop of Rebirth? Or Jared, can you pull that up?
Yep.
Vigilant 3/4. When it attacks, I may return target creature with converted mana cost 3 or less from my graveyard to the battlefield.
Gross.
So it's Sun
That can't be
Titans for
good.
creatures,
Right.
but
Okay, all right. I'm upset, but it's fine.
and so I'll get a vampire. I will draw a card from Banner, and actually then I have another trigger, and I will extort, and y'all will lose 2 more, and we'll gain 2 more.
I
Okay.
removed a lot of board wipes from this deck.
That extort, yo.
I thought I was trimming
We're
the fat. That was a bad idea.
And then what's in y'all's graveyards?
Nothing.
Nahiri's Binding and Terminus.
Trophy Mage, Smash to Smithereens, and Cross's Charm.
Okay. I'm gonna play a Bazooka Bog and exile your graveyard, Jarrett.
Sounds good.
I don't know if
Wait,
we're like
who's the monarch?
Ryan is.
I am.
Ryan is, okay. I think we could actually set that. Yeah.
Oh, can we?
Oh, that's spicy.
Oh,
There's a little
dope. Okay,
crown
cool.
up there now.
That's
Love it.
really spicy.
Dig that.
Okay, then I am good to go to combat, Chris.
Combat? 7.
Love that.
Okay, I'm
7
gonna
commander damage.
Please,
no.
Pathok Saw.
0 commander damage. I would like to Pongify Halar.
Love that. Love that.
Or whatever was attacking. Whatever the 7/7 was.
It's Halar.
Yeah,
What's
it's Halar.
Pongify
It is one. So you get it destroys target creature. It can't be regenerated.
You get a monkey.
3/3 green.
3/3.
I apologize. I didn't bring tokens. I should have brought tokens for that. I don't even think I have one
So this is a
because this
3/3.
came out of my TSR.
Well, I mean, you
See.
can't give him the token via webcam, but I
Passive
appreciate the effort.
I believe. One day we will have teleporters.
I got a big old monkey.
He's big monkey friend. So we take no damage.
Love that.
Man, I want to draw cards.
I want to be the monarch.
I mean, fair enough.
Ryan like being in charge.
I'm a little lost, but fair enough.
I'm good for turn.
I'm good as well.
Okay, untap.
Okay. So upkeep. What creatures do you guys have? Power toughness.
I have a 3/4 or I have a 4/5 and a 2/2.
And Chris, you have a 3/3 in the Gearhulk.
3/3 and a 4/4. Yeah.
4/4. Jarrett, I can deal 7 damage to either them or one of the creatures. Is there something in particular we want to get rid of?
I feel like the bishop is gonna get really
Bishop.
annoying. Yeah.
I would like to deal 7 damage to the bishop, please, with Court of Ire.
Sure.
Because it's 7 as long as I'm still a monarch.
Mm-hmm.
Love that.
Okay, draw.
And then draw.
Oh, hello.
Oh my gosh,
Interesting.
that's a beautiful card. So I'm not gonna be able to play it for 15 turns, but
Minor details.
yeah, love that.
I believe. Okay. I'm gonna pay 3, and I'm going to play Demir Locket, and then
Do we want to get rid of this blind obedience? Is it enough of an issue where?
I mean, it depends on how often we. I mean, it depends on how much we feel like he's gonna ping us like that. It could be a real thing eventually, I would think.
Comics, thank you for hosting us, man. You rock.
Oh shoot.
Wait, who is
By the way,
who's
so,
Comics in the
I forgot
Cross?
to
Do you
say
guys know
this.
who that
This
is?
is a gold token.
I've heard that name,
Yeah,
but I'm not
gotcha.
sure why.
I'm just kidding, Cross. I love you. You know that. I can deal with something, or I can draw cards.
I can also deal with something, but I cannot draw cards. Um, uh, I feel like I want to kill the Gear Hulk.
What is
I
the
kill something?
Gear Hulk's a 4/4. You have a 2/2.
You know what? I'm just gonna leave it. I'm good.
Okay.
He's just chilling.
Oh, it's taken back.
He's
Love that.
fine.
Um,
Gear Hulk is friend.
I can get rid of something and set up a little bit more of a board state, or unhosted, or I can draw cards.
Either is okay with me.
Okay, I'm a sucker for drawing cards.
That's reasonable.
Understandable.
I'm going to play blue, 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 and 2 for a zombie Lady of Scrolls who enters tapped.
Oh, nice.
And I will pass. A zombie lets me tap a wizard to draw a card.
End of turn, I draw a card off of Monarch. Yeah, okay, cool. Y'all's turn. I've never been the Monarch before. This is fun.
And draw.
What's it like being so
Powerful
cool?
magic.
Upkeep. Ooh.
Love it.
Forerunner
I'm a
of the
fan.
Legion.
Love that.
Oh, crap.
Ixalan had some pretty good vampires.
Turns out.
did.
Yeah, turns out.
I think it was cool.
Turns
That
out
whole set,
he's-
the like historic not themology, that's not a word. The like way that they tried to mirror like historic concepts in the way that they did the tribes was really, really cool.
It turned out real well, and I think they did most of the tribes like reasonably.
Absolutely.
I feel like Merfolk
I'll pay
and
7
everything
for
got
Halar.
Love that.
No.
Hey, welcome back, Lar. Missed you.
Hey, buddy. How's it going?
The thing that, like, okay, talking about deck building a little bit, the thing that's always impressed me about the decks that you guys built for the Great Commander Showdown, and obviously for this as well, is like they work well even if the commander's not there, right? Whereas
I
like
cast Forerunner.
Right.
Just while we're in.
yeah,
So I'll get this. I'll draw. I am gonna extort.
So
So
you're
that-
49 now.
no,
Go up to 50.
48.
Oh, we got a
I'm-
48. Okay.
Yeah, enter. So I will draw first, and then I'll tutor for a vampire and put it on top of my library.
Cross, how we doing today, buddy? What are we up to? Other than being forgotten by the world's worst Infinity Bro. It is 1,000 degrees in this office.
I really like the art on Forerunner for some reason. That's just kind of cool looking.
It is really nice. Who made that?
I 100% just saw Falcon Wrath Noble,
Yeah.
and I was like, wait, do I have 2 of those? But it got Terminus.
Yeah, man.
Oh. Oh, back onto the bottom of your deck or whatever.
Yeah, so like it's shuffled in now. But I was
Right.
I was just like, wait,
Where did that come from?
I've actually done that. I had 2 copies of Evolving Wild in the same deck, and it really threw me off. And I was like, oh, my bad. Too good
Actually,
making
that's
there. What
why
we're
I
making.
have a flooded strand in this deck. Is I accidentally had 2 in my Atraxa deck.
Mm.
And
Oh, so like you have like an extra now.
yeah, and so that was like the
Theoretical extra flooded strand.
yeah.
I'll do that sometimes where, like, because I hate moving stuff around, where I'll put an extra Evolving Wilds in for a Terramorphic Expanse and just explain it when I do it. Because it's the same card.
Oh, yeah, it's essentially the same card, sure.
Gosh, it is so toasty in this office. Taking care of the kids and a recovering wife, totally understand that, man. Take care of your family.
Okay,
You
I'm
can
gonna
come
get
back and
a
be
Falcon
forgotten
Wrath
later.
Aristocrat.
Falcon Wrath the Aristocrat.
Ooh,
You got it.
There's a lot of good vampires.
Is I should know this. I can look at the card right now and figure it out. But is your Eminence ability like mine, where it costs mana, or does it just happen?
Mine just
a
happens.
triggered
Makes
ability.
sense.
Yeah, perfectly balanced as all
That's all
things
things
should be.
yeah. Love to see that.
Nope. It's not how that works.
Okay, so Falcon Wrath is on top of my deck.
Falcon Wrath Aristocrat. Good card.
Anyone who's watching us right now, thanks for joining. This is the
10,
this is the
10
more
viewers
fun.
now.
Yeah, this is the more fun, relaxed version of what we did last month. I like the two-headed giant. I feel like it's less pressure on us than trying to.
When they get to see different decks, and we get to do
Absolutely.
some different things.
Yeah.
Speaking of different decks, and you guys can join me on this as well. Monday, I'm going to be brewing a tribal deck, and I don't know what the theme is yet.
Now, is this for
Or
Commander?
Tuesday night. Yep. I'm building an EDH deck using some of the cards that I got from Kaldheim, as well as obviously net decking a little bit.
So
Dwarves.
I saw dwarves is an option. I saw you posted one of the options you put in the poll. I think was allies, wasn't it?
It was allies, slivers, which sliver prices went up crazy. I did not realize that.
Yeah, slivers are expensive.
Allies, slivers, elves, and what was the other one? Oh, berserkers, which I thought
That's
was
the one
more
I
of a
voted
tribe
for.
than it was. Berserkers is going to be fun because of how difficult it is, whereas like elves is fun because it's like you have too many choices.
How many berserkers are there?
I think
So-
looking there's like 100 maybe tops.
I'm gonna cast
Oh, really?
Profane
Okay.
Procession.
Profane.
What
I
is
don't know
what
this
is
one.
what is this? I have concerns.
It's a legendary enchantment. No, nothing to worry about.
Right.
3 white black. Exile target creature. If there are 3 or more cards exiled with Profane Procession, transform it.
Okay.
And what does it transform
Then
into?
it transforms into Tomb of the Dusk Rose. Tap for 1 mana of any color, and then pay 2 white black and tap it to put a creature exiled with this permanent onto the battlefield under my control.
Love that.
Um,
Then I activate Homeward Path.
oh, that doesn't help us any though.
That does. If he exiles your cards, you get him back.
Oh, that's okay. Okay, then I'm okay
Well,
with
yeah,
that.
not when they're
That's so
exiled, but
funny.
when they come back into
Yeah.
play.
That's
Keep
so
Homer Pass
funny.
coming back to us. Okay,
And
as
then
long
I'm
as
You
he's
just
gonna do
gotta
that,
avoid
it's fine.
activating that.
I'm gonna play Rakdos Carnarium and bounce a mountain to my hand,
Nice.
and then I'm ready for combat. Chris, are you ready for combat?
Yes.
I think it's interesting that there's no politics now.
7.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna send 2 as well.
Okay, so is how many creatures are attacking?
3,
3. Wrong
All
answer.
all at Ryan.
Jarrett, do you have any blockers?
Yeah, I can block one of the ground people.
Okay, you pick which one you're blocking.
I'll pick. Does your Gearhulk have trample?
Yes.
Then I'll block your Pongify monkey.
Okay.
I'm gonna before the
and then-
damage. All right, yeah, we'll go ahead.
I will inscription of insight, unkicked, and I will return the other 2 creatures to their owner's hands.
Isn't
Oh, that's a sorcery. I don't know.
I
what
was
I'm
say
doing.
isn't that a sorcery?
I thought that was an instant.
What?
I say because I was thinking that was one of my cards that I was like crazy hyped for when it was revealed, and it's
That would be
even like in
so
our
much
top
better.
10 list, but it is a
It's a sorcery.
Sorcery.
is a sorcery. So-
Yeah, I completely forgot that, and I've played it in standard too. Not well, but I have.
I'm gonna tap to draw a card before.
Oh, so
Okay.
did the things
They-
get returned or?
They did not,
Nope,
because
nope.
this is
Oh,
apparently a sorcery.
Oh,
Ryan oopsied. Okay, so how much are we taking?
6.
6. Okay, and one of you is now the monarch, but I don't know which one.
Chris can be the monarch.
Yeah, I think because damage is simultaneous, that's up to them.
Yeah.
okay.
Okay,
I'll-
that's
Unless
fine.
one of you has first strike or whatever.
No.
And now I'm sad.
I get it, man. Hey, I get it.
And then that's all from me.
Yep. Same. End step. I'll draw.
How many cards do you
Oh,
guys have in hand?
It's so bad.
4.
6.
4.
4. Okay.
And so you guys are done.
Yes.
Yep.
All right, Narset Wheel. I'm just kidding.
Yes, let's go.
Don't worry, I'm not a monster. I don't have that in this deck.
I'm not a monster so far.
Be a monster.
I'm not a monster. It's not in my hand.
Yeah.
I 100% just realized I'm not using both my monitors.
Oh,
Nice.
Like I had everything on one monitor.
I'll bet. I'll play an island if burgeoning still matters.
Yes. No, it doesn't.
Okay. Jeez Louise.
No.
I mean, it would be really good
sorry.
now that with like Monarch, because like if you drew a land, like
Oh,
you could actually
absolutely.
play it.
At the
Right.
beginning of our upkeep, sorry, deal 2 to Forerunner. Because Court
Okay.
still goes off even if I'm not the
Sorry.
Monarch.
Yeah, I was thinking Forerunner of the Indra's Forerunner from like Ravnica, and I was like, wait, that card's not in play.
That's yeah.
Like, I was like, who's playing that?
That's also in green, which we don't
forget-
have on our side of
I
the board.
smashed in Indra's Forerunner
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
Flunge.
I was like, Chris could definitely have it, but I was just like,
Could.
wait, what?
It's all the spice.
I can get rid of the tokens. All of the tokens.
I don't hate that.
Wait, is Halar out right now?
Polar is out.
What is Halar's power toughness?
3/3.
Okay.
It's still a 3/3. Okay.
Yeah, we're just going to do this then.
I can get rid of an other creature afterwards.
Let's go blue, blue, black, black. Plus, I got to pay 1. For Profaner of the Dead with a token copy. Profaner
what's that
says, it says exploit. When Profaner of the Dead exploits a creature, return. Oh, that's sacrifice. Sorry. Return to their owner's hands all creatures opponents control with toughness less than the exploited creature's toughness. So the token copy is a 3/3. I'm going to sacrifice it. So everything with power toughness less than 3, or sorry, with toughness less than 3/3 gets bounced.
And sorry,
Is
and
it 3 or less or less than 3?
3 or less.
3 or less. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
And what is sorry with that?
No,
on
you're
the-
correct. It is toughness less than the exploited creature's toughness. So
Yeah. So with
Oh, okay.
so before that's not in the battlefield yet.
Oh.
So with that on the stack, I'm gonna pay 5, and I'm gonna activate Profane Procession to exile Asami.
okay. The zombie's exiled.
Okay.
Then that
Then I'm
happens. Okay. And I bounce everything that's a 2 or less toughness. I'm gonna put this over here since it's exiled under that.
And I'm gonna just put a 1 on Profane Procession. It's not actually a counter, but there's
sure.
one creature exiled with it. Just since I can't actually, I'll just do it this way. There's one card under it.
I'm going to play a Soul Ring. And then I'm going to spend 5 and replay Vile Smasher.
Vile Smasher.
What creatures do you guys have left?
Gearhulk, Frog Thing, Halar.
And I have nothing.
Should I swing in or should I be patient?
I mean, he can.
Oh wait, this
can
is
he get
tap.
in-
Sorry, this is tap because of
Yeah,
blind
it-
obedience,
it's
and it
tap,
doesn't
sure.
have haste.
I was going to say he has blockers.
Yeah, the token would have had haste, but I
Right.
exploited the token.
I'm going to Banishing Light the Gearhulk.
Exiled.
Yes, please.
Love that. Yes, please. He's
Stuff
so
is somewhere.
nice. Queen Skywalker says greetings.
I know her.
Cameronis.
Who dat?
You know that person. Who that is.
I've yet to use this sundial. It's kind of bumming me out.
You can just always just randomly activate it.
Shh.
Yep. The funny thing is that it'll end it for both of you. So
Right.
like, there's that.
There is that unfortunateness, yes. I'm good.
Okay, I'll go ahead and end turn.
There we go. Proud of you.
Value.
Yeah.
Just to say I did it.
Will come to us. Upkeep. I'll exile Falcon Wrath to the outpost, and then draw for turn.
Draw.
I'm missing all my land drops.
Ryan, are you tapped out?
Unfortunately.
Okay. Chris, how would you like for us to have a Vial Smasher?
Jeez Louise.
I'd rather you didn't.
I mean, I don't mind. You do you, boo boo.
So I'm gonna pay 4. For Falconwrath Aristocrat.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
I'm gonna get a vampire. I'm gonna draw a
And I'm
card.
gonna be sad.
I'm gonna pay 2 for Sword of the Animist.
Love that.
Jared, can you show me Falconwrath?
Yep, it's up there. It's just taking a little bit.
I'm waiting for chat to get Twitch to
I'm
catch
gonna
up. Yeah,
pay
there
2
we go.
to equip Sword to Halar.
And then I'm going to extort off of Falconwrath as well.
You got it?
Okay.
We'll gain 2, y'all lose 2.
I'll play a Kazandu Refuge. We'll gain a life.
Woo, to 54.
Blown out.
I'm going to sack my gold token. And I will pay for Loyal Guardian.
Okay, what's Loyal Guardian do?
Is it the giant rhino?
Yep, 4/4 Trample Rhino. Has Lieutenant. Beginning of combat on our turn. If I control my commander, put a 1/1 counter on each creature I
Spicy.
Nice. A certain other elephant would like that.
Yeah. Actually, yeah.
That other elephant would like that.
I mean, of course, it's a rhino, but you know.
Minor detail.
So before we go to combat, I'm gonna pay 4 and cast New Blood, and then as an additional cost to cast New Blood, I'm gonna tap my vampire token. So New Blood says, gain control of target creature. Change the text of that creature by replacing all instances of one creature type with vampire.
Wow, you're taking my Profaner of the Dead?
I know your Profaner is really good, so I would
It seems like the best option.
Right.
Yeah. So we'll get ourselves a Vial Smasher.
Wow.
That makes me sad.
I thought we were friends, Cameron.
We are. That's why I didn't.
Very
That's why
Oh,
I didn't touch
yeah,
your thing.
right.
I left your Profaner alone.
Okay, so you and I aren't friends.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. As long as we're on the same page.
Vial Smasher will be represented by this Eldrazi spawn.
Looks,
That's
yeah,
very
strikingly similar.
But okay.
Because I feel like that's the token I'm least likely to use.
Makes sense.
And then I'm ready for combat. Chris, are you
I'm ready for combat.
Okay.
Jeez
I'm
Louise.
not. Can we wait?
Entering combat.
I'll send for 5.
One moment. I gotta put counters on.
Oh, right.
Oh, jeez.
Triggers. I'll send 5. I'll send 9. Trigger on the attack trigger. I'll get a land onto the battlefield tap.
So we're taking 14?
Yes.
Just so we're on the same page.
Just
Yeah.
a casual 14.
Casual 14. Perfect.
26 is nothing to scoff at.
Casual 26 life points.
This is
So
going to
One
hurt.
of my
Click.
favorite New Blood plays is I was playing against someone playing the Dragon, and I took their Dragon,
Love that.
and so it was very spicy to attack with like 8 vampires the next turn, and just like get a bunch of like resources.
Love that. Oh yeah, because it replaces all the text with "Jeez Louise."
Yeah. So everywhere on
Oh,
the
it's
card
vampire.
that says dragon becomes vampire,
That's wild.
Oh, that's so not
and
good.
so
for anyone.
it's super spicy.
It's a good thing I didn't play Anala for fun. I actually thought about it last turn. I was like, "What's the harm that I'm playing Anala?" If you had Anala plus Edgar with all of the Eminence abilities.
The good news is like I don't really have a ton of wizards,
Sure.
so like
No,
there's,
that's what
like,
I'm
I
saying.
would-
Vampires.
Oh right, because it would change everything. We just discussed this. Good job, Cameron. And then I am good.
I'm end of turn. Draw a card for Monarch.
Heck yeah.
I'm so sad. That keeps happening.
This hurts. Ryan, what are we doing?
I don't know, bro. I'm looking at my options, and it's not my favorite thing.
I took all my not all of them, but I took a decent chunk of board wipes out of this because I just listened to the Command Zone episode where they're like, you don't need board wipes anymore. Run targeted removal.
Okay, so we can untap.
Coop, our sound alerts aren't working. I'm sorry. You just wasted channel points, but hey, you're still very cool, and I appreciate you as a person.
Leroy Jenkins. I'll say it for him.
That sounded exactly like the soundbite. All right, are we up?
Yes.
Yep.
I've already drawn.
Untap. Up.
And
You
you
have
have
a
a
upkeep
court
trigger.
Oh yes. Are there any creatures
Just
with,
playing some Commander, brother.
toughness 2 or less in play?
Falcon Wrath Aristocrat. And the vampire token.
And wait, but you can make Falcon Wrath
Indestructible.
I haven't looked at Falcon Wrath. Yeah, you can
Indestructible,
make it
yeah.
indestructible, right? Okay. Then I will kill. You know, just weird deal 2 to you guys.
Okay, so we're down
Okay.
to 52.
Ping.
Draw.
Is it time to dig for answers, Jared?
I think it might be time to dig for answers.
Okay, I'm going to.
No lands this turn.
No, sadly,
Darn
I haven't drawn a land in a while.
it. I finally drew one.
Proud of you, Chris.
Okay, I'm gonna pay 4, and I am going to Mystical Teachings.
Okay, what's that do?
I search my library for an instant, reveal it, and put it into my hand,
Okay.
and then it has flashback. So I'm gonna go hopefully find an answer.
I need
That's an
Mystical
answer.
Teachings. That's a sweet card.
That's also that's not a good answer.
Fire, my guy.
Oh, that's not an answer. Turns out not as many things are instants as you hope they are.
How many cards do you guys have in hand?
Draw.
4.
6, I think.
So a collective 6.
Why are so many wraths not instants?
I can get rid of a few things. Not a
Oh,
lot,
okay.
though.
That would work.
Yeah? Should I do a little sweeping?
Okay, wait. So I have to reveal off of Mystical, don't I?
Mhm.
Okay, I think this is really the only option, though.
Okay.
I'm gonna reveal Aether Spouts.
I have no idea what that does.
Yeah, what's that do?
So it's an instant for 3 and 2 blue. For each attacking creature, its owner puts it on the top or bottom of his or her library.
Mm.
So I'm gonna put Aether Spouts in my hand.
Oh.
That's kind of nice.
And then I will try poorly to shuffle my deck.
So
That one.
So that card puts what the attacking creatures puts in.
Yes, for each attacking creature, put it on the top or bottom of your library.
Okay, I'm going to pay 3 and bring out an Ashnod's Altar. Oh, this is untapped. Or Sundial. Actually, let's do it this way. And then, what's the scariest thing on the board right now? I feel like now, if not now, when?
Sadly, there are options.
Yeah.
I don't love that.
Frog.
Yeah.
Definitely not that. I
He's done a lot of work.
100% know it's not that.
That's a 4/4 frog. That's the
It's a
biggest
4/4.
frog. That's the
The big frog.
It's not even a frog.
I could
Whatever
if we get rid of Halar, he's never casting her ever again. But
Chris has a lot of mana.
He
yeah,
does have I
I do
think he's
have
only
enough
like
mana to
one.
cast it again.
I was gonna say he's like one land off.
my heart says either Vanquisher's Banner, Blind Obedience, or your Vile Smasher.
And where would this thing go? Is this a bounce or a destroy?
It's a shuffle into library.
Oh, okay. Which means I could just put Vile Smasher back in the command zone.
Correct.
I mean, I'm okay with either Vanquisher or Smasher or Obedience. Honestly, any of the three of them are fine. That's completely your call.
Okay, let's do... Gosh, they're all very bad. Okay, we're going to do Vanquisher's banner.
I think that's reasonable.
Oh, let's do this. Hold on. Red and 2 for a Chaos Warp.
Ooh.
Targeting Vanquisher's banner.
Chaos Warp.
I love Chaos Warp because it's like either I just did the best thing or the worst thing for them.
Okay, I
So
love shuffled
on camera.
My super fun. Okay, so earlier when I was fetching, I said either a fun thing or the right thing. I was either gonna fetch this Darksteel Ingot or I have a Chaos Wand hidden in this deck. Because Chaos Wand is my favorite card.
Okay, I'm here for it.
It's such a good like spin the wheel and find out what the heck happens. I only target people who run green though, so I can get extra lands into play. This is so fun, please. I'm so excited.
So Chaos Warp is, as long as it's a permanent, it goes onto the battlefield.
Correct.
In before I just cut to Vanquisher's banner.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm so upset.
Or like Immortal Sun, something just breaking.
Yeah. Okay, y'all ready?
Yeah.
Can I get a drum roll?
Please.
Ooh, Maverin Vane.
Oh no.
Don't mind if I do.
How do you spell that?
Mavren.
Maverin Fane Dusk Apostle.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever a non-token. Oh, okay. Jeez, Louise.
Unfortunately, they have us like singled out for
Yeah.
for
That's
a little bit here.
arguably better than.
I mean, not by no means the best hit.
Right.
But like,
It could have been a lot worse. Like this is actually this is fine.
I'm gonna bring out an Apprentice Necromancer tapped, obviously. And that's all I got. This is going well.
sorry, and what's Apprentice Necromancer do?
Okay, hold on, I'll pull it up for you. It's pay a black, tap to reanimate something from. Oh, sorry, pay a black, tap, sacrifice to reanimate something. That thing gets haste at the beginning of next end step. Sacrifice it.
And what do you have in your graveyard?
Right now, a Chaos Warp and a Disciple of Bolas. Nothing scary. Well, Chaos Warp could be scary, but I don't know if it's scary for you or me.
And it's not a creature. So.
Correct.
Reasonable assumptions.
Disciple of Bolas is okay because it lets me gain life and draw cards, but
Okay. Is that the end of y'all's turn?
mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. One tap. I don't feel like using Profane Procession there.
Okay, upkeep, draw.
Upkeep. I'm gonna exile an Olivia mobilized for war
Gross.
Oh my
to
god.
Outpost
gross.
Siege.
I'm gonna play an Opal Palace.
This is so not good.
I'm gonna pay 2. And I'm gonna move Sword of the Animus on the Froggy.
Love
I'm
that.
gonna sack. I guess I'll play an Evolving Wilds. I don't need to sack it now.
Depending on how this goes, I don't know if I'll have enough time for another Commander two-headed giant, but would you guys want to run a jank 60-card 200 two-headed giant?
I would have to re-sleeve something to make that happen.
Oh, okay. No
I
worries.
may have to go after this game.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. Just checking.
I'll just grab my my TSR sealed deck.
There you go.
40 card sealed green white nonsense.
Love that.
I opened the 6-pack and kind of looked at everything,
Yeah.
and I had Past in Flames, Grape Shot,
Ooh.
and Empty the Warrens.
Nice. Storm
and
like crazy.
Nothing
Yeah.
else to justify playing Storm.
And I'm ready for combat whenever, Cameron.
Okay. I'll be putting some stuff onto the battlefield then.
Okay.
So I'm gonna cast Olivia mobilized for war. I am going to extort, so y'all will lose 2 and we'll gain 2.
Yep.
All right.
That extort's been doing work.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. And I'll get a vampire token.
Nice.
And then, and that means y'all will take 3 damage from Vile Smasher.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, right. That's not bad.
And then I'm going to pay 5. Unfortunately, I had to cast the higher CMC thing after.
I'm okay with that.
But I'm going to cast Vana, Butcher of Magan.
Jeez
Oh,
Louise.
no. That's not something I want to say.
So I'll get another vampire. I will not discard a card to give the other vampire haste.
Love that.
But I will discard a Bishop of Binding to put a +1/+1 counter on Vona and give it haste until end of turn. And it is a vampire in addition to its other types. So it is a vampire knight.
Love that.
Sure.
I'm here
Sure.
for those vampire
Synergy.
nights.
Vampire.
And then
Side note, I played my my Commander Showdown deck yesterday, and I managed to give Palladium Morse trample. And I felt really good about
Love
it.
it. Respect it.
Yeah.
All the tramples.
The trample.
Quad trample.
Okay. Then I'm ready for combat, Chris, if you're ready for combat.
Okay. Entering combat. Trigger.
Again, I'd really rather not, but that's fine.
So they have Aether Spout,
End turn. I was just kidding.
Yeah.
Forget that.
which is a 5. So they have enough. So
Intern.
I'm still declaring Froggy. He's a
and I'm
6/6 frog.
Oh, jeez.
and I'm going to still send
And trigger, I'll find a land.
I'm going to still send Falcon Wrath.
Okay, so this is a total of how much?
10.
Okay. I mean, we're at like I'm going to go ahead and Aether Spouts.
Yeah, might as well. Buy us a
There's a
turn.
lot of
Hopefully we can
bounce
find
in.
some answers.
So,
And I
Token
get a
just
1/1. I get a 1/1 vampire with lifelink.
Nice.
and you can either put her on the top of or bottom of your library, Chris. I'm sorry, Cameron.
Cameron.
I was like, I'm pretty sure it just goes away, but
In response,
No,
I'm going to crack Evolving Wilds. So I'll
Okay.
get a land, and then Falcon Wrath will end up on top.
Yeah.
But I want
Okay.
to just just shortcut all this.
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
that's fine. No problem.
So I need to decide what color I want. So, and then I don't have anything second main.
So how much did we actually take? Or so we didn't take any.
We didn't take any.
Okay, perfect. Love it.
Chris, you
And
good?
I feel like
yeah, yep.
Okay.
Sorry, I just got my mountain, but yeah, this guy will go away.
you want to move your sword.
Oh, one moment.
One of the guys I've been teaching Commander to, he is a like 15-degree tapper. So he doesn't tap like this or even like this.
Ooh.
It's like this. It's like the slightest askew, and it
so-
drives me nuts.
Oh wait, we're on second main.
Second main.
Oh, okay.
I'll pay
I'll put
7.
my card back on top of my deck.
I am gonna pay 7 for Myriad Construct Kicked.
Nice.
Interesting.
How many
Finally happened.
non-basic lands do each of you have?
2 for me.
3.
I'll do.
I
the
guess it's
3.
sort of good we didn't find that many lands.
Yeah.
I'll get the 3. And kicker trigger 3 will go up. You'll
It
each
counts
take
both
3.
opponents.
Correct. So we take 6
No.
total.
Oh no, it is. So 5. Okay. So Myriad enters 5. It is both opponents.
Ooh.
And Halar says each opponent, correct?
Yes.
So we go down to
go to
15.
Okay.
This is fine.
It's fine. I'm not worried.
That's my turn.
Jeez Louise.
Okay.
I need a miracle.
And you're still the monarch.
And that drives me freaking nuts. It's terrible. Okay, wait. Now, is Monarch combat damage?
Yes, it's specifically combat
Okay,
damage.
it's specifically combat damage. Okay. Is there anything power 2 or less?
Yes, I have a bunch of things power 2 or less.
Okay. Are they all all those tokens?
They're all the tokens and then Mavrin Vein.
Sure. We'll kill Mavrin Vein. That's fine.
Do you want to keep Mavrin?
Nah,
Okay.
I think we're
Draw
fine.
my card.
I am gonna. What do you got for us, Ryan?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I need to see how much mana I had.
Sure, sure.
I'm going to. Oh,
No
that's
lands
so
this turn?
questionable. Still no lands.
I'm actually seeing lands again.
I can maybe buy us
No
a
more
turn.
value, Chris. I'm debating the same thing. I'm curious how I want to go about doing that.
Sure.
So that would be 4, 10, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If I knew I was going to hit a land off of that, interesting. Okay. What are you thinking? Let me go with that question.
I don't have a board wipe, but I have a thing that can set them back just ever so slightly.
Okay. If you're good with that, go with it.
Okay. I can also. Yeah, I'm gonna cast this either way, so I'll just show it to you so you know what we're working with. And I don't care if I don't care if they know at this point. I got Torments of Hailfire.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
So I can either like really go nuts and sacrifice these two to Ashnod's altar to get more mana to do this more, or I can get us life and draw a card with Disciple of Bolas.
I was gonna say, let me read Torment. It's been a
Sure.
minute.
It is repeat the following process X times. It's black, black, X. Each opponent loses 3 lives unless that player sacrifices a non-land permanent or discards a card.
Or you would bring back Disciple and we would gain.
Yeah, and I would do this either way. It's just how much do I want to do this for? I can either do it for 2, 4.
How much for X, right? Is that?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the question.
How much for X?
I'll make that your call.
I desperately want to gain life and draw cards, but I think this is the move that buys us the most time.
That's your call. I'm comfortable trying to buy us time later as necessary.
Okay. What are you doing on this turn?
Passing.
Okay.
Oh, that's scary.
All right, then I'm going to gain us life and draw cards. It's not going to be much.
That's fine.
I will play black and sacrifice Apprentice Necromancer to bring in Disciple of Bolas. Disciple of Bolas.
Sleight of hand there, Jarrett.
Yeah, you love that. He is going to sacrifice Profaner of the Dead, which will gain us 3, and I'll draw 3 cards.
Okay, so we go to 18.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
And then let me draw my 3 cards and see if that changes anything for us. It doesn't, but I do get a land, which is nice. I will pay us.
It's not nothing.
Play my Swamp.
Don't give Chris the value.
Yeah.
You're playing a land?
I'm playing a land.
Spire Garden.
Heck yeah. I need this though because this is more mana for our Torment of Hailfire.
That's true.
It really only matters if I don't draw a land next turn.
Okay, I'm gonna sacrifice Disciple of Bolas for 2.
Or if I do, I guess. Otherwise,
4,
I'm not getting any value
5,
earlier.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 2 black. So Torment of Hailfire for 10.
Okay. Repeat this process 10 times.
10 times.
Okay. So you guys either lose 3 life 10 times or sacrifice a...
No. They have to sacrifice or discard, and then if they can't, they lose life.
Oh, okay, if they can't.
And it's each, so we both have to.
Right.
Wait, no, it's we get the choice.
Of
right, but we
of sacrificing or discard. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you both have to do it 10 times.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. Here for it.
I'll sacrifice Burgeoning.
Sinner's Prayer, welcome. Thank you for joining us. We are playing a little bit of
There's
Two-Headed
4.
Giant Commander.
Sacrifice for
Appreciate the follow.
I'm so upset, Chris. It's so... Oh,
Chris,
By Burgeoning, I guess.
Jeez, man.
Yeah.
So much value.
4.
So
5.
Loses 3 life and that list up player sacrifices a non-land permanent or discards a card.
So they have to either sacrifice or discard, and then when they can't anymore, they lose life. which I assume they can easily solve it.
Okay, so it's not an optional thing. You couldn't just choose to pay the life each time.
Correct.
Yes, you can.
No.
You can. Yeah.
No.
Because it's the basis. I'm losing 3 life unless I do this.
Yeah.
So in theory, you guys could have just taken 60, and we could have just won that.
Right.
Yes.
Oh, is that how that works? I thought it was
Love
you
it.
sacrifice
Yes.
first, and that makes
No,
sense.
you do not have to.
Gotcha.
I mean,
I'm
if you
also
guys just
gonna
want to take
sacrifice
60,
Reliquary Tower and Homeward Path.
It's non-land.
Non-lands.
Oh, non-lands. Man.
I mean, if you guys just want to take 60, like that's
Yeah, that would be great.
it's
know,
okay.
At this point, I'll sacrifice Sword of the Animist.
This was definitely the long shot, Jared, but I like it.
It's something. I
Chris,
tried.
I would like. My preference would be to sacrifice or discard 6 things, which puts us taking 12. From
So
my
I've
end.
sacrificed 3. Or
So
I'm
that would-
sacrificing 2 currently.
So that's 21. So 33 total.
Or well, if he only does 2,
He's
then
doing
it's,
2.
then it's 24.
Oh,
Because he's only
24,
done 2
yeah.
so far.
So 24, 36 then.
So you want me to sacrifice one more thing?
I'm just trying to like make sure we're on the same. I can discard another card.
I don't want to discard what I have.
Okay. I'll discard another one. So instead of 36, we'll take 33.
I
y'all
can
go to
sacrifice
21.
Myriad Construct. But that's a 9/9 currently.
Yeah, I like leaving that in play.
And I like all 3 of my guys on play right now.
Okay.
It was a
I
Hail
don't-
Mary, right? I did my
No.
best.
Hey, I feel it.
I did
And the
my
puns,
best.
intentional and unintentional, and that's great.
There you go.
Okay. And then I'm going to sacrifice Olivia.
Okay.
So
That
how much
puts
are
us
you guys
taking
taking?
30.
30.
So we take
Okay.
30? Okay. I think that's a good number.
Just a casual 30.
Just a casual 30.
Big swing.
Casual.
30. That puts us down to
Casual 30.
24.
Not for nothing, right?
I mean, hey, no.
And I do want
I'm
to
here
say, like, I feel like blind obedience, those extort triggers. Like,
Those hurt. Yeah.
I doubt that it's
Still
been
very much.
24 life, but
It's
I
definitely
feel like
helped.
it's been a lot.
I
Yeah.
think we'll have a pretty big turn this turn.
I like where your
Okay.
head's at.
So, are you done, Jared?
I am done. I'm tapped out.
I'm gonna play one thing. I am gonna play combo.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Okay.
Whenever an opponent casts a non-creature, that player loses 2 life, and we gain 2 life.
Okay.
So
But yeah, I'm good.
End of turn.
Oh.
I'm going to pay 5 mana, and I'm going to exile combo with Profane Procession.
Jeez Louise.
Okay.
Bye, combo.
Bye, buddy.
That's the second card exiled with it.
Yeah. It's that Nazami.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Right.
So then
So is it our
untap.
turn.
Yep. I know you have an
Um,
upkeep trigger.
Upkeep, Falcon Wrath will get exiled again by Outpost Siege. Then I'll draw a card.
And we'll draw.
Do you guys, people in chat, do you prefer this layout where you can see all 4 at the same time? Or do you like the individual cameras when we do it normally? Obviously, this format works better for Two-Headed Giant, but I don't know how people like the
I
individual camera.
definitely like it for 2-headed.
Yeah.
At the very least.
My thing is, like, how easy is this to see on mobile? And I don't know if anyone's watching on mobile.
Okay. Okay, Cameron. I'm just going ham, okay?
Okay, yeah, you do you.
Okay.
Chris sounds disconcertingly excited.
Don't say ham. Yeah, don't go ham.
Roast beef. Go roast. I don't know what that means. I had nothing there. I tried to make that a thing and it didn't work.
We'll pay 6
Oof.
for Vorin
life?
Plex
6
Monstrous
Oh
Raider.
no.
Yes!
Oh no.
Oh, I'm so excited.
That's not the word I would use.
6/6 Trample Haster. If I would put 1 or more counters on permanent or player, put twice that many on.
I can't
Oh,
tell. I can't tell if the writing's just really small or if you have the Phyrexian one. It looks Phyrexian to me.
Think the writing's just small.
Yeah, I mean, it has the symbol, but
Oh, okay. I thought you had the like special one that has the fire. That's
like the Phyrexian language one.
That's like a $60 card, isn't it?
Dude, I want that Ellis
something
Horn
like
so
that.
badly.
It
That's
went
a
up. Yeah, I pulled
spicy
it from my
card.
box.
That's crazy.
I will then pay 3.
That paid for
For
like a
insult.
good chunk of your box.
Insult, yes.
Wait, what
Damage
happened?
can't be prevented this turn. If a source I control would deal damage this turn, it deals double that damage instead.
Jeez Louise.
Okay. All right, fair enough.
Okay, I'm ready for combat.
So you're dealing double damage, right?
Correct.
Okay, so I feel like that means I don't want to commit a bunch to the board because you should have lethal already.
Okay.
So let's go to combat.
Okay. Combat.
They have no creatures, right?
Correct.
So
They just have whatever Ryan's doing.
this will go to
I
7.
don't know why you would think that.
This goes to
Cameron.
5. This goes to 4. Okay.
Ryan, please.
All out.
Yep. I'm gonna send Vona, but I'm gonna leave Vial Smasher back.
I forgot you
So-
had Vial Smasher.
So
Oh man.
16, 22, 16,
Everything's fine.
and 16.
Okay, and then Cameron just Vona.
Just 5 from me.
Just 5. It's fine. Okay. All right. After you guys declare attackers, I will. Cameron was correct. I will flash in Torrential Gear Hulk, recasting Aether Spouts.
Woo! Oh,
So top or bottom of your library for all attacking
you
creatures.
beautiful man, you.
Wait. One moment. One
Wait.
moment.
No.
You guys are at 18.
Yeah.
Correct.
No.
I'm so curious to what this could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really am too.
What's the wording on Aether Spouts?
For each attacking creature, its owner puts it on top of the or bottom of his or her library. It's not target.
Okay. Either way, I think I gotta do this. Cause
3 visits. I'm just kidding.
I just love that. So
why
much.
not? I'm the
I think it's
pay
interesting.
two.
I think it's weird that a
You're paying
green
2?
card.
I'm the
sneaks in
cast
the
Vines of the Vastwood kicked.
Yes.
Okay, read me vines.
Vines. Kicker. Target creature can't get hexproof. It's before hexproof was a thing, though. Target
Oh,
creature
right,
can't
yeah.
get target spells or abilities your opponents control. Kicked. If it's kicked, it gets +4/+4. Kicker trigger. Halar
Okay.
will get 2 more counters.
Sure.
And then, so each of you you'll take 7 doubled to 14, 28 total.
Good job, Chris.
That's it.
So wait, we each take 7.
Which is doubled because of insult.
Of insult.
Oh.
So you each take
which means
14.
we take. Right. Okay. So close.
I forgot I had insult on the board. I was like, I can do 14. Wait.
I would
Means
have
I
had
can do
it.
28.
Yeah,
I had
would have had it
so many
without
lands
because I
right
still
here.
had a cast off of Vial Smasher. So that was why I
Oh.
held. That was why I held
Oh,
that
yeah.
back. Was just in case like Chris could kick something, but it wasn't going to be enough.
That was
That was
very
my
spicy.
one shot was torrential
That
for
was-
Aether Spouts.
That was spicy though.
Woo.
I had.
Sad day.
I'm gonna go ahead and reveal this to you
I did it
guys.
with a kicker spell, guys.
I had half of an infinite combo in my hand, and I was waiting for the other half.
Jeez.
Oh.
Which, by the way, I forgot. So I thought Trophy Mage was the one that gets 2. It's not. It's the one that gets 3, because, oh my gosh! Please don't tell me it was right on top. No way! No way! Oh, Isocron Scepter. It was very near the top. Isocron Scepter I thought was a 3-mana artifact. So dramatic reversal plus Isocron
Wait, what
Scepter.
is Isercron? Is Isercron only 2?
It's 2.
Oh, I haven't looked at Isercron in a long time.
Oh, that
This
hurts.
is my favorite kicker spell.
That was sweet. Yeah,
I mean, look,
absolutely.
it's probably one of the better ones.
That's a spicy deck you guys made.
That is really nice. Okay, wait. Halar is only when you kick things, right?
Correct.
Okay, because I had something with kicker in hand. I was like, I don't remember how that works.
Yes, it's only when I cast a spell. When you
I don't want him to get value if I kick or something.
Well, I think we're losing. We're for sure losing Chris.
I gotta
Ryan,
get going to dinner.
you do not have a
I'm good for
60-card
now.
deck, correct?
I mean, do we just want to do a 3-player with these decks?
I believe I have a church thing at 5:30, which is in 45 minutes for me. So if we
Okay.
did something, it'd have to be pretty fast.
I believe. But all right, guys, you guys have.
Do we want to do?
Okay,
Chris,
so
have a good one.
You are 3-0.
Good night, guys.
Do we want to just do these
Okay.
decks again, 1v1v1 with 20 life?
I'm good.
Okay,
I mean,
well-
even if we want to do 40 and just play to play.
Okay.
Here's my recommendation. There's this thing we did when I was in high school
Sure.
and college. You draw 7 cards.
Okay.
You take all the lands from your hand, you put them into play, you draw back to 7. You do this until you have only non-lands in your hand.
Wow.
That's
and then you
wild.
start the game.
Okay.
I'm
This is
good
how we
with that.
played. This is how we played 60-card constructed decks.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do it.
So,
What?
this
So
doesn't
40
have a
life.
name. This is just 40 life. This is something my friends and I did in high school and college.
Love
That's
this.
how we would play occasionally, just for the heck of it.
Sure.
So do we get mulligans or does it just go to?
I mean, I'm okay with Mulligan. Like, I think Mulligan makes it because, like, if you have like no lands and that's or, like 1 land, then that's not interesting.
Somebody just starts with like your grip of 7 suddenly becomes really good.
Oh my gosh! If you had
no,
7
and that's
lands,
essentially what happens here. Like,
Jeez,
it gets so out of hand.
And I guess you would only get. So you would get your mulligans, then you start your chain,
correct.
right?
Correct.
That would be how we
Yes,
would
yes,
want
yes.
it to go. So
Yeah,
once
pick
you
your- Pick your hand and then start the chain.
okay. So that way you're not like randomly mulliganing after
Right.
your.
And remind me how we mulligan.
It's
You-
shuffle in, and then you'll always draw back up to 7, and then after you've you get 1 free one, and
Okay,
then
I'm taking my
and then after that, you got 1 less card, but it goes on the bottom of your library after you decide to keep.
Okay. Right. Okay, so
Assume-
go to actual mulligan.
Yeah. Since we're
After
not
the
doing like our mulligan for this, since we're doing special rules, but
Right. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so 1 free mulligan and then go from there.
Yeah.
yeah, I think with the special land thing,
Otherwise,
Like-
you could go pretty nuts.
yeah, like our
Yeah,
like
yeah.
even with our normal like keep a 7 that's not crazy. Like
That could get out of hand.
I feel like yeah,
Yeah, this led to some pretty degenerate things when I was in high school.
yeah.
And the
And
game
before
wasn't-
Jarrett just goes for Isocron dramatic reversal and just
For
does, like,
yeah.
on turn 2.
I mean, look, he has to be done in 45 minutes or less. So
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Okay,
This
so
is the
this is
worst
my-
idea.
this is my second 7, and honestly,
No,
that's
free
all it
mulligan.
ever was.
I have to free
It's
mulligan.
it's a really funny, terrible idea.
I had a hand that had 5 lands in it, but they were all swamps.
Okay, I have to keep this. I have
It's
to
like-
keep this as the second 7.
It's like now like I'm in that weird point of like I have a 3-land hand. But
Oh, like
like
I have a 4-land hand that I just like I can't mulligan this.
I think I will keep this. Okay.
Okay, so
just
I'm
take
gonna
a
put my
3-lander.
4 lands into play, and then I'm gonna draw 4 more cards.
Okay, I'll put 2 lands. And okay, so I have a Temple of Silence. Do I scry now?
That's fine. Temples didn't exist then, so sure.
Okay, so I'll
I
scry.
have no objection.
Oh my
I have
gosh.
7 again.
Can I?
I'll leave it on
Okay.
top.
Can I do one more real mulligan? This this one has 1 land in it.
Sure,
That's
that's fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna
So I'm
put
gonna-
a 5th land into play, draw 1 more card. Another land, draw 1 more card.
I had 1
and then
land,
I
and it was
will-
a Terramorphic Expanse.
I now
So-
have 7 cards and all my lands in play.
Ryan, I would like you to exile your graveyard to my Bajuka Bog.
Okay,
Nice.
done.
Love that.
Exile my graveyard. Perfect. Love it.
Okay.
Yes, this is how we thought it would be a good way to play 60-card constructed.
That is
I'll
that's
play-
pretty cool though. I just dropped
I'll
it.
play Unclaimed Territory, and I guess I'll name Vampire.
Say wizards. You won't.
Names 8.
I got a Temple of Malice. Put that on the bottom.
Jared, what colors can you produce right now? Oh, wait, you didn't go.
Nothing.
Cameron, can you produce all 3 of your colors?
Yes.
Okay. So as long as Jarrett plays something that has blue in it, then my Exotic Orchard taps for everything.
Yeah, I think
Love it.
I assume that if I draw a hand with lands in it. It'll have blue.
Well, you won't get. Oh yeah, everything that you can. Yeah. You won't get green, but none of us are
Yeah,
playing
you've done
green.
that for
Oh no,
me, yeah, yeah.
that's irrelevant.
Jeez, Louise, that's hilarious.
Yes, this was the degenerate thing we did in high school, and we didn't play every game like this by any means, but this was just like, this was how we occasionally played Magic.
Okay, so I draw 3 more.
I feel a lot better about keeping 3 6-drops. That I start the game with 6 lands in play.
Jeez Louise, I only got 1 land out of that.
Doesn't feel bad.
Okay, that's my lands.
Okay, so cut to see who goes first again.
Sure.
I like that.
Land
1.
again.
Mountain.
Good job, Brian.
You won with 1.
Yay. Perfect. Operating as intended. Okay.
We'll just go in the order that it's already set up in. I think that makes sense.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Draw, and I will play Vial Smasher.
Love
Seems
that.
good.
Okay, oh, sorry, I shouldn't have. Someone has something that makes blue, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I'm sorry, red. Red.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so I will play Vial Smasher. Because that's the. With 6 lands in play, I actually did not have red mana. And then I will also play Saheeli, Sublime Artificer.
Nice.
Turn 1, I have a 3/3 I have a 2/3 creature and a 3-mana planeswalker. This seems reasonable. Pass.
Love that.
Okay.
What
I'll
is even
untap,
happening?
draw.
I can't even get upset if this goes badly because it was my idea.
Yeah. Love that.
Which was maybe a poor choice on my part.
I have 8 lands.
This actually worked out better for Cameron than anyone else, probably.
That may be true.
Did you scry top or bottom off your temples, I guess?
I topped one because it was a land, and then I bottomed the other because
call.
it wasn't a land, and then I didn't draw a land anyway.
Jeez Louise.
So, but speaking of scry, I'm going to use my life as a resource and read the bones.
Okay.
So I'm going to scry 2, draw 2, lose 2 life. They're both lands, and now it's like, well, I think I want 1 land, so we'll put 1 card on the bottom. So then I'll draw 2, and now go the right way to 38.
I'm gonna have to. I apologize. I intentionally purchased
Play
a
a plans.
card in a really interesting art, but that's not in English.
That's fine. Not a big deal.
I'll have to look it up real quick. Okay, it's not that one.
Okay. I'm gonna pay 4 for Alinda the Dusk Rose.
Nice. That's
Turn 1 Alinda. That's
not
gross.
scary.
I love it.
I'll get a vampire, and then I'll pay 2 for a vampire hex mage,
nice.
This is all fine.
and I'll get a vampire. I don't have haste, so go ahead.
I may have made a poor suggestion. This is fine.
Yeah, I feel like the aggro vampire deck. Like,
Definitely benefits from this
Yeah.
option, yes. It's not that one. Not that one.
Ironically, I'm missing my land drops.
Is that one? Yes. Okay. Cool. Now I know what it is.
You guys are gonna love this. I'm gonna pay 3 for a commander sphere. Pass down.
Nice.
Okay. Love it.
Are you scared yet?
and wait, and what does Saheeli do? Before we go to your turn.
Okay. Yeah.
Makes a
so
servo every
Healy
time
is-
he casts.
A non-creature.
And then what's the minus?
-2, target artifact you control becomes a copy of another target artifact or creature you control until the end of your turn. Or until end of turn, excuse me. Except it's an artifact in addition to its other types.
Okay. That's good. Thank you.
All right, my
I
turn.
feel I could have like clicked it and then read it.
Love that. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I can't play it. Okay, we're fine. That's actually unnecessarily tempting. Just throw that 6-drop back there. That's fine. Okay, you know what? Why not? I wanted this art because it's cool, so we're gonna play it. Jarrett, will you pull up Ral Storm Conduit?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
But it's the anime.
Yes, I will.
Ral Storm Conduit.
Yes, I love that art.
Okay, so I'm gonna make a 1/1 servo. Vial Smasher. Whenever I cast my first each turn, choose an opponent at random. So what I want, if you guys will indulge me on this,
Sure.
is I want you two to figure out which of you takes the damage.
How? Okay.
Like figure out a random way, like rock paper scissors or something.
Or we could go
I'm
evens
gonna
odds.
just high roll.
Yeah.
Or yeah, evens, odds, whatever. And then the loser takes, because I don't actually have any dice in front of me.
I'll be odds, you be evens, okay?
Okay, sounds good. Evens. So I take 4.
Yeah.
Okay, you take 4. I make a 1/1, and then I will. Thankfully, I have Scryfall, so I actually know what Ral does.
Right.
Um,
Servo for your Sahili.
I will.
Yeah,
My servo is my little.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
My little penny. Yeah, I'm even sure I have any servos. I will actually plus to Scry 1.
Okay.
So it's
I'm gonna
at
leave that there.
6.
Sure,
Yes.
it's fine. Yeah, it's at 6. Let me grab a.
What the heck?
And Sahili's
Where the heck were
basically
these
the
guys
same.
earlier?
Yeah, I know, right? This is sort of like Chris's start last game, with all this mana in play.
Oh yeah. Jeez Louise.
It's sort of like it's like having a burgeoning.
Yep.
Okay. Pass.
I feel woefully behind with my 4 lands.
I'm going to draw a card. And so you have a 1/1 servo and then a 2/3 Vial Smasher. Correct? Ryan?
He's breaking things over there. Give him a sec.
I'm gonna have to do some serious searching. At some point, I lost all of my dice.
That's not great.
And
I
Ryan,
don't
your
know-
Vial Smasher is a 2/3, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, Ral is.
I think we're gonna just have to do it this way. I say like sounding almost begrudging, but I'm actually.
Oh darn.
So I'm gonna cast Commander Sphere,
Okay.
and then I'm going to cast Orzhov Signet,
Nice.
Solid.
and then I'm gonna play
Thanks all day.
Rakdos Carnarium. Put this plane in my hand. And then I'm gonna cast Necropolis Regent.
Sorry. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's been a hot minute, but sure.
This is one of the high CMC vampires that I couldn't not play in this deck.
Oh yeah, no. Card's nuts.
Dang, that's spicy.
So that's after damage, right?
Correct. Damage
Okay.
happens, then it gets counters.
Then it gets counters. Okay, that's fine.
Is
That
it?
I have. I have less objections. They don't get it before they do damage.
Fair enough.
Yeah. See, the unfortunate thing here, though, oops, that's a.
Is you either have to attack the planeswalker or the.
I mean, because of my current power toughness situation, I have to attack Jarrett.
Excuse me?
I like the phrase "power toughness
Because
situation,"
I have 1/1s.
and I have a 2/3,
So, and he has a 2/3.
Okay.
And so,
and also a 1/1 technically.
right.
You don't have
And
to attack me.
I mean, it would be
You could just
wasteful
not attack.
of the
It would-
Necropolis to
It
not
would be
attack.
wasteful. I like that.
So,
Like
I'm
it
gonna
would
attack-
be irresponsible of
I'm
you
going
to
to attack
not.
Jarrett for 5.
Okay. I have to go for the throat. Your Necropolis region. Destroy target non-artifact
Yeah.
creature.
Sure. That dies. Alinda gets a counter.
That's right.
So you now are taking 6.
I know.
And I'm gaining 2.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got it.
And then I am good.
I will untap my 4 lands in a commander sphere. Okay. We are going to do.
I got to figure out what I want to put into my deck before next time. Because I haven't made any changes off of last time's budget increase.
Makes sense. Yeah, I haven't messed with mine either.
After number 2 yet, I haven't done that yet.
Yeah,
I wanted to
it's
see what
just-
happened to prices after TSR came out.
And it makes sense to wait too, with like since we did an off week this one,
Right.
and then you get your like final value.
Okay, so do we count? Does this week count?
Does it count? I assumed it did, but I don't know.
So
Wait, what do you mean?
What is? You two both get $1, and he and I both get 5.
I would do it as like first and second.
Okay. So we both get 5. You two
guys
both get 3.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind adding $10 to my deck before.
they
next
would
time.
get. They would both get 1, and we would get 2.
Oh yeah, that way.
Oh, first and second. Okay.
I'm gonna body double your
Okay.
Necropolis agent. That's the
Yeah,
best
'cause you
thing I
killed
can
it.
think of.
Hey, you killed it.
Yeah, body double says it enters the battlefield as a copy of any creature in a graveyard.
Oh,
that's right.
nice.
So I have
I'm
a
thinking of,
Necropolis agent.
That's right. It's not a clone. It's a graveyard clone. I forgot about that. I forgot about body double.
Nice.
Let me pull that up on my phone so I don't lose it. And I will pass.
Yeah, I thought it was a clone as well, and I was like, that doesn't work. But no, Jarrett read his
Okay.
cards, and I had not read Jarrett's cards.
Say spoilers. Neither of us read Jared's cards.
Love that.
Unfortunate.
I'm so far behind on mana, and I'm like, I could set up or I could do the fun thing, and the fun thing was Necropolis Regent.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to spin 3. You know what? We're going to scry first. We're going to plus Rouse Eric. Or not Rouse Eric. Rouse Storm Conduit.
He's
You-
not
you know.
not Rouse Eric.
He is not Rouse Eric. That's true. We're going to bottom that. And then we are going to pay 3 for a Worn Power Stone. You guys again, one of you takes 3, so I'll do heads, tails.
Okay.
Who wants heads?
Dibs.
Okay. It was heads.
3?
So
I
you
take.
take 3.
Okay.
Yes. You take 3 from Worn Power Stone. I get another Servo Friend. And then I will play a Talisman of Conviction,
Nice.
which is the Boros Talisman. And make another Servo Friend.
Oh, Jarrett, can you move your camera into Clariss's box?
Oh, yes, I could.
Do we have that
Oh,
technology?
We have the technology. We can rebuild.
Technology. Love it. Pass.
Okay.
That's a good call, actually. I like that.
Oh, I gotta mess with the. Oh,
I
shoot,
will
what
get
did I
off
do?
turn. The stream just like explodes.
Yeah. I'm breaking things.
What is this?
There we go. It's me.
I'll play that planes. Well, Jarrett, what are your intentions with that Necropolis Regent?
To survive. I'm not swinging at anybody
Strong.
right now, but
Okay.
Strong. I like it.
So I'm gonna pay 7. And I'm gonna cast a Butcher of Malakir.
nice.
Oh my goodness. You're bringing back some deep-seated memories here, Cameron.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
I'm telling you, there's so many good high CMC vampires. Like,
There's some serious flexing going on here. Stuff I haven't seen in a long time.
Jeez Louise, I just realized that just hose it. That could potentially hose what I just did last turn.
and then I'm gonna pay 6 to cast Edgar Markov.
Jeez. Nice.
I made poor choices suggesting this format.
I like it though. Hey, you know what? I got 20 minutes. Let's go.
It's one of those things where it's like let's just do something real quick, real stupid.
It thinks your Edgar Markov is Land Equilibrium, which is a card I've never heard of. That sounds awesome.
I had one earlier that was like, I thought it was like a 1-mana enchantment that gives a creature protection from white. And I was like, that doesn't seem correct.
So this says, there's 2 blue, and it says, if your opponent controls at least as much land as you do, he or she must sacrifice a land for each land he or she puts into play.
That's spicy.
Jeez,
that seems bad for everyone.
So I guess I'm going to combat.
Oh, I looked this card up the other day. It's not that expensive.
Land Equilibrium?
Bad. Yeah.
That's spicy. It's a good way to hose green if you're in mono blue.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I'm sending all of this at Ryan.
Okay. I said not that expensive. Not that expensive is approximately $263. I apologize.
That's not that expensive. Jeez Louise.
Only printed at Legends.
Yeah, love that.
And only 70 euros for some reason. So if you're buying it, buy a European version, I guess.
Yeah.
Weird. Okay, so how much? And does any of it have flying?
None of it has flying.
Okay, how many creatures are there?
There's 5 of them. There's a 5/5 first strike haste, 3 2/2s, and then a 3/2 with first strike.
Now, do any of the 2/2s have abilities?
They do not. But if any of them die, Butcher of Malakir will trigger.
Okay, and Jared, can you pull Butcher of Malakir back up for me?
Yep.
So when Butcher of Malakir or another creature I control dies, each opponent sacrifices a creature.
Oh. Okay. Then I will chump whatever the 3 largest ones are with my servo friends.
Okay.
And then I will take,
so you take
whatever's
4.
left. I take 4. Okay.
And Alinda will get 3 counters from your creatures dying.
Jeez.
That's fine.
Go ahead.
All right. Untap. Upkeep. Draw. Hey, we got a swamp.
Swamp.
Still not a whole lot to do here. Do I go shields down and potentially get wiped out in 1 turn, but do something really, really fun? Or
is it really, really fun that harms me?
No.
No, you're good then.
Is it really, really fun that like a board wipe would get rid of it if you did it?
No.
Okay.
Everybody's happy? Okay, I like this. Let's go 3 for Chaos Wand. Not Chaos Wand, sorry.
Okay.
3 for Ashnod's Altar.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's also fine.
And then, we are going to go 2 and a blue for Curse of Verbosity.
What is that?
It is an enchant player. When an enchanted player is attacked, draw a card. Each opponent attacking that player does the same.
Oh.
Okay.
Because I don't really want to make Cameron mad right now, I'm going to go ahead and target you, Ryan.
That's fine. So whenever I am attacked,
correct,
you draw a card, and
correct,
each opponent who attacks me also draws a card.
Right.
Okay, that's fine.
It would behoove me to attack you with my body double, but I think I need to be on defense right now, so I will not attack you. And I'll pass turn.
I'm okay with that. Untap, upkeep, draw. Okay. Oh, I didn't flip that back over. So I will play a Celine Dion. And put that into play.
Heck yeah, Celine.
You know what? We're going to go ahead and scry with Mr. Storm Conduit. What is... Oh, I don't even remember what this does. Okay. Okay. That's fine. It's a relatively new card, and I've never actually played the deck, so it's a little...
Nice. No, I love that.
I have to double check some
This
things.
is a spicy deck for how untested it is. Did you brew this all yourself?
Really like this.
This is a combination of my own curiosity and EDH rec.
Love that.
Nice.
I just wanted, it started as Ryan wants to play Vial Smasher. I should play blue with Vial Smasher. Ishai looks cool.
Right.
Go from there.
Nice.
And I wanted to try playing Control and Commander because that seems like a bad idea.
Right.
But
My blue-white dragon tribal deck would like to talk with you.
about playing Control and Commander,
Yes, there's only one good blue-white dragon,
and
then the rest is board wipes and counter spells.
Is it Ishai's Dragon Speaker?
Yes.
Perfect. Love it.
I'll send you the list.
Love it. I'm a fan. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna spend some mana, I guess. 3, 4, 5, 6. It's your old friend Terminus.
Welcome back.
Vial Smasher is gonna go into my command zone.
Wait. Yeah.
That will trigger on the stack, I guess. One of you is
trigger.
gonna take heads or tails.
Just
I
keep
guess
it the
Cameron-
same.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
be ahead still.
Cameron is tails. Okay, so Cameron takes 6.
Okay, so I'm at 30.
3, 4, 5, 6, right. I will make a 1/1 that will go in the bottom of my library. Vial Smasher will go in the command zone. Boop boop.
I don't like things not dying.
Mm-hmm.
I specifically like it. I'm a fan of it. And then Terminus will go in my graveyard.
So I think in response,
Oh, that makes me sad.
I mean, it's still going to happen, but
Yeah, I know. But still.
in response, I'm going to sacrifice Vampire Hexmage and remove all the counters from your Ral.
That makes me very sad.
And so then technically, Jarrett, you have to sacrifice Bow
Yep.
Double now.
Yep.
And technically, Ryan, you have to sacrifice stuff, but that doesn't affect you.
Right. And I
And
cast
Linda
an
would get
instant
a thing, but
So Cameron, or actually Jarrett, take 1.
Okay. What am I taking one
Morale's
from?
ability.
Oh, sure.
okay. So I'll put Edgar back in the command zone, and the rest of the stuff goes on the bottom of my library.
Okay. Then I am finished.
I do not get a bunch of cool.
I was really greedy when I built this because when you play Vial Smasher, there's one card I really wanted to play with it, but it's a 3 red pip card,
Mm.
Oh,
and it's a little
gotcha.
greedy in a 4-color deck, so
Yeah.
it's just hanging out in my hand.
Love that.
what's Sahili's loyalty?
5.
Okay.
She starts at 5. I've left her. Actually, I can put the dice over on Sahila now.
I have to look up the ruling on Curse of Verbosity. Like, if you attack his Planeswalker, does it still trigger?
I don't think it does.
I don't think it does either.
So I'm going to pay 8 to cast Edgar.
No, I didn't saw that. Oh, I did. Okay. It just says attacked.
Is it?
Well, whenever enchanted player is attacked.
Right.
Yeah,
It doesn't
so I'm not
say.
attacking you. Because it's the same as like Ghostly Prison versus Sphere
Sure.
of Safety.
Sure, that makes sense.
So I'm going to go to combat, and I'm going to send 5 at Sahili.
That makes me sad.
Bye.
Oh, because he has haste. That's right.
Correct.
Because he has haste, and then he gets a +1/+1 counter.
Okay. So
Oh, actually, sorry. Before combat, I should have done this.
That's fine.
I'm going to cast Tithe Drinker.
What does that do? Tithe Drinker?
It's a 2/2 lifelink with Extort.
Nice.
Then I'm going to
okay.
attack. That way it gets a counter as well.
Ruling: the triggered ability of these curses won't trigger if only a planeswalker controlled by the enchanted player is attacked.
Correct. So I don't get the card.
No.
Sadly.
If you enchant yourself with one of these curses, you'll get its effect whenever another player attacks you,
But you can't attack yourself.
Love that.
which is disappointing.
Then I'm going to play an Orzhov Basilica.
I don't like the amount of extort in this deck.
For real.
There's honestly only like 2 cards with Extort.
That's too.
We've just seen them both.
Yeah, they've just both come up.
Extort is real good.
I'm trying to decide if I want to bounce Bajuka Bog.
For whose graveyard?
Just to
Mine.
have.
Sure.
Oh,
Like, just more
I
out
made a
of
mistake.
fear.
I mean, that's fair. I did show you guys Snapcaster Giant last game. So
I think I'm going to just get a mountain back to my hand.
what is that card's name?
Torrential Gearhook.
Oh, thank you. I can't
Snapcaster
remember
Giant. I love that.
Okay. Then
I
I'm
mean,
good.
it's essentially-
Okay. Untap. Upkeep draw. We have a Vivid Crag. This is a battlefield
David
tapped.
cards are so good.
They're really nice. I mean, I hate that it enters tapped, but it's not nothing. Okay. We are going to play a Vindictive Lich. Pay 1 to
Sorry,
opponent.
what now?
I will show you. So
I think
Vindictive...
this is one of the cards that I really like, and I just have never played.
It's really, really nice. Okay, so Vindictive Lich, when it dies, choose one or more. Each mode must target a different player. You can target opponent sacrifices a creature, target opponent discards 2 cards, or target opponent loses 5 lives. Because it has haste, I am going to swing the token copy at you, Ryan, so I get my card draw.
Okay. So I will go to 31.
And then I will sacrifice it to Ashnod's altar. I want you to discard 2 cards, Ryan. And Cameron, I want you to sacrifice a creature.
Yep.
And then...
I will discard Tammio's Journal and... Oh, I hate this. Treasure Cruise.
I'm a bad guy.
What else do you have in your hand?
Yeah, I know.
Man, I'm scared.
I made some choices I'm not 100% on, but we'll see.
Like, I'm just scared that you're discarding Treasure Cruise. Like,
Yeah, for real.
I kept 3. I discarded Treasure Cruise to keep 3 6-drops. Let's just say that.
be aggressive. Be aggressive.
I'm going to do the fun play, not the smart play.
One of them is really aggressive, so we'll see what happens.
We're going to do the fun play, not the smart play. I'm going to sacrifice Vindictive Lich to Ashnod's altar to produce 2.
Oh, no.
So, once again, Ryan, can you please discard 2 cards?
Oh, Jared. That's so upsetting.
Which one?
And you're gonna sacrifice a creature.
Okay. I guess I'll choose Tide the Drinker.
And we're gonna get Chaos Wand out.
Or, actually...
Okay, Jared?
Yes.
Because I'm not going to make this choice. So, you tell
I'm
me...
going to sacrifice Edgar.
You tell me which of these I'm getting rid of.
1 and 3.
So, these 2?
Yeah.
Okay, what do I keep? Okay, that's fine. I can live with that. So the things I kept over Treasure Cruise that you guys have seen so far are Flood of Tears.
Jeez Louise, okay.
And Fiery Emancipation.
Nice. That was maybe
Fiery
a good call
Emancipation
then.
is very greedy in a 4-color.
Yeah.
But it's Vial Smasher. I can't not triple those triggers.
Yeah.
That's so spicy. Okay, and I will pass.
I was only one red away, too.
What's Chaos Wand do?
I can pay 4 and tap
things.
it, and you exile cards from the top of your library till you hit an instant or sorcery, and I can cast that without paying its cost.
Okay. What
It's-
happens to the other cards?
They get shuffled back in at the bottom, I think.
Okay.
Oh yeah, put the bottom in a random
Bottom
order.
of the random.
Okay, cool.
And you can only target one of us.
Correct. I can't target both of you. It's just
Okay.
it's a fun card. There's nothing like. It's really fun to like spin it when somebody else casts a spell to see if you can get a counter spell.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to pay 5 for Vial Smasher, because why not?
Mhm.
4, 5. And then I will... You know what? This is the second game. I need to play Ishai at some point. I will play Ishai. So Vial Smasher will now cost 4, and Ishai will now cost 2 more. Okay. And I will say go. I'm gonna untap. I'm gonna tap different. Yeah, actually, this is fine. I'm gonna leave it.
I'll untap, draw. Gonna play the mountain. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 mana. And
What is happening?
Edgar's 10.
Only 10.
So I'm gonna put 10 mana in my mana pool.
Jesus.
Oh, actually, sorry, I'm not gonna do that.
Okay, I was
I'm gonna tap
He's gonna put
Commander
12.
Spear. I'm gonna tap Commander Spear for black, and then I'm gonna sacrifice it to draw a card.
okay.
And then Ishai starts as a 1/1, right?
Correct.
And it's anytime either of us cast a spell, it gets bigger.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna pay 9 more for Edgar.
Okay, so Ishai is now a 2/2.
And then I'm going to go to combat. I'm going to send Tithe Drinker at Jarrett and Edgar at Ryan.
And what is Edgar?
A 5/5 first striker.
Okay. No blocks.
Okay. And Jarrett and I will both draw a card.
Correct.
I'm sad.
And then, so Jarrett, you'll take 4. Ryan will take 5, and I
You
will
got
gain
it.
4 life.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I guess I will pass.
So, I have fun things and I have smart things.
You say that a lot, and it worries me every time.
Yeah, I think I want to do the
'Cause
fun
it's
thing.
definitely interesting.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I really want to do the fun thing. Hold on, let me count things real quick.
Math is involved.
Yeah.
That doesn't make me feel any better.
Dang, it's not as good as it could be, but it's still very good. Okay, I'm gonna pass it turn.
Okay. Untap. That's not concerning at all. I love it. Okay, sure. Why not? That's a thing that happens. Do either of you have a flyer?
No.
Okay.
Ishai is a
5,
flyer,
6,
though.
7, 8, 9, 10. That's true. And right now it's my flyer, and I hopefully it stays my flyer. I will attack Jarrett for 2 with flying.
Do I want to do this now or do I want to wait? You know what? We're here to party. Okay. I am going to hold on, let me make sure I tap this right. Okay. This is where things get real spicy,
this
friends.
is gonna get real spicy.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
what I think you're doing. Okay, I'm excited.
So I'm gonna pay 4 and I'm gonna tap Chaos Wand.
Okay.
Who do I target though?
Okay.
Let's-
What
target
kind of
card.
effect are you trying to get?
I don't know. I think I'm just going for fun. The fun factor.
Exiles cards from the top of their library until they exile.
You have so many. So here's the thing: does density of sorcery and instants mean spicier cards, or because Cameron has so few, his are nicer? There's a question.
You're gonna
I
hit
know.
much more quickly off the top of mine.
That's true. Yeah. You know what, Ryan? Let's go ahead and spin the wheel on yours.
Okay. All right. So exiles cards. So I don't show you any of them until I show you the
Correct.
first one, right?
Cards are exiled face up.
Yeah. So I would
cards
see.
are exiled. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna start with the Windscarred Crag.
Okay.
Okay. So you're gonna get a merciless eviction.
Okay. Hold on. I have to look up what merciless eviction does.
And I'll put the Windscarred on the bottom of my deck.
Well, in a random order.
Correct.
Right. Okay.
I would-
Perfect. Done.
I want you to randomize that card.
I'm gonna exile all creatures.
Okay. So we're doing the fun, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So in response to you casting my merciless eviction,
Okay.
I
Ishai
will.
gets a counter.
Shai does get a counter. I will Sublime Epiphany. I need to choose my modes. First of all, we'll heads or tails. Tails. So Cameron takes 6 from Vial Smasher.
Yep.
So I will counter my merciless eviction. I will return Edgar to your I'm not returning Edgar. Jared, I'll return the curse.
Okay. With that on the stack.
Well, he still has one more mode to choose.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
have one more mode. I'm not going to create a token that's a copy of a creature I control because both of mine are legendary. I will draw a card.
Okay.
Okay, so that's on the stack.
That's on the stack.
I'm gonna toolcaster mage.
This is great.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Do I want to do
So
this?
if you
This would be
create
so spicy.
So if you create a copy of Sublime,
Yeah.
it is the same modes.
Correct. Which is
Okay.
Counter target spell.
But you would choose a new target, right?
Yeah, he chooses new targets.
Correct.
Okay. Then you would return a non-land to its owner's hand, and you would draw a card.
Yep. So I am going to... Okay. There's 2 triggers on the stack. There's Dualcaster's Copy of Sublime, and there's a Knowledge trigger. With a Knowledge trigger on the stack, I'm going to sacrifice Dualcaster to Ashnod's Altar to produce 1 mana to create
the mana necessary
to create
to
the copy of Dualcaster. Okay. Copying Sublime Epiphany again. So I have 2 copies of Sublime Epiphany.
And then I have a copy of Sublime and Merciless Eviction.
I'm going to counter target spell twice on your Sublime Epiphany.
Okay, both of them targeting my Sublime.
Correct.
Okay, now does that mean
the second one will fizzle?
Does that mean the whole Sublime fizzles?
No, because the targets would be separate. So the separate targeting would work. So just the counters part would fizzle.
Okay, so for your first Sublime resolves, it counters Sublime Epiphany, and then you need to return a non-land permanent to its owner's hand.
I'm going to bounce your Ishai.
Okay, and then you need to draw a card.
Okay, so then the second one.
And then now the second one resolves. The counter fizzles. You need to return a non-land permanent to its owner's hand.
I'm going to return my token.
Okay. And then you need to draw a card.
Draw a card.
And then...
Merciless Eviction happens.
Eviction now resolves, exiling all creatures.
Yeah.
I really wanted you to have Spell Pierce.
That would be so funny.
That would have been so spicy.
Funny.
I have another instant, but it doesn't counter anything.
That was the definition of spice.
Yeah.
I'm perfectly okay with all of this. That was very funny. Okay, so Vial Smasher goes back into the command zone. The rest of the creatures get countered.
Edgar does as well.
Oh my goodness. Okay, whose turn is it?
I think it's still yours.
Yeah, that was combat.
It's on my turn. Okay.
I think it's your second phase. Okay. Second main phase.
I will replay Ishai from my hand.
I am going to go ahead and scoop. I have to, and I'm running the stream, which sucks. I have to go do a church thing.
Yeah, we can just go ahead and call it.
That was a blast. That is the most fun I've ever had with Chaos Wand.
That is so ridiculous.
That was spicy.
Well, like, as soon as I knew you would target me, and I'm like, I got the Sublime, I may as well do it.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm curious to what you would have hit.
With you? Yeah, I want to see that too.
Well, yeah, go.
You would have hit the Fairy's Protection.
Oh my gosh. That would have been pretty sweet, though.
Not nearly as crazy.
No, not nearly as crazy as that was. I just love that I was like, I got Dualcaster in my hand. And the plan was to copy whatever the heck I cast from Chaos Wand. But when he hit Sublime Epiphany, I was like, oh no, this is too good.
Honestly, though, like, you could have still copied Merciless twice.
Yeah.
And then still exiled all creatures and then, like, exiled all artifacts or something.
See, the problem was I had the artifacts I needed, and I wanted the card draw. If nothing else, I wanted the card draw from your Sublime Epiphany.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So all that mana and work to get 2 cards.
Essentially, yeah. They draw 2 cards and bounce 2 non-land permanents to their own hand.
But it was fun, and that's what we're here for. Hey, here on the Infinity Bros podcast, the only podcast that perfectly balances all things should be. We're not here because we're good at games. We're not here because we're good Commander players. We're here because we like fun. All right, I have to bounce. So thank you so much to everybody in chat who joined us. I'm actually running late. Cameron, Ryan, you guys rock. Let's do this again next time.
Yeah, I guess so.
Bye, chat.
All right, bye.